20 minutes ago when I went over there and took them, so you can go share that right now so people know what to expect.
All right, go ahead, shuffle up and deal.
Sure.
No drinks at the table. On the table. You can have it behind you.
That's Heidi asking.
No swearing, no drinking.
No drinks.
No drinks on the table.
I feel like I'm in first grade again.
It's a $10,000 computer. If you want to buy it, you can.
All right, here we go. We are live.
I love you too.
Level 9. We've switched tables at break. Give the most amount of players access to the stream. We have some familiar faces here.
Odium, first hand.
All in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What's happening?
Hey.
So Heidi had to run, but we have a familiar voice in the booth right now.
Oh, we are back.
Yeah, Jerome Getz, his wife was on the whole stream for the last 2 hours, and he came in as a short stack, just open shoves, ace jack under the gun. It's going to fold around to Robert in the small blind, who has all the chips. Ace 10 is registration just closed. Ace 10 is borderline here.
Suppose I lost my bet.
What was the bet?
82.
You did lose. We're closer to like 68.
I'm ace 10.
Have the numbers backwards.
Oh my, not good.
Let me go double check really quickly.
Good call if you lose.
This is hand 2.
Hand 2, alright.
60 flat.
Oh, man. That Corey, he always wins there.
We're gonna win. Hell no. Hell no.
So how's your day going?
Not bad, not bad. Just spinning cards, breaking people's spirits, you know.
Pitching cards and pushing pots.
Yeah.
That's it, that's it. What do we got here? Cody, Gary, alright, Ricky. Okay, this table could be interesting.
This will be a
Robert,
fun
can
one.
I have you have your cards in the box, please? You are number 7.
7.
Thank you.
1,200 is the minimum. Ricky with the queens, raised to 1,200.
There's a cable that runs under there.
I'm
and
not going to find a lot of resistance here. Rob with the deuces and all the chips.
2,700. 2-fold, 3-fold.
What are the blinds at? 12, 6, 12?
6, 12, 12, yeah.
4-fold.
Yeah, 6, 12, 12.
Rob does make the call. No, 2 call, sorry.
7 call.
Still deciding.
8-fold, 9-fold.
Deuces.
Of course.
You don't like any
Two big
flop
stacks.
that doesn't have a deuce in it.
There's 2 big stacks. Oh, that's a queen instead. The other guy got the set. Ricky with the set.
Game over.
Should be short-lived.
What do you do if you're Rick? Check one time? Or do you continuation bet since you already bet?
I'll let him have the lead.
Alright, 1 bet 4,200.
Just because I want to see a spade come off and really put the pressure on myself. It is tougher the decisions, the better.
Miss that, Robert says. I miss that.
That's a really good.
7-fold.
That's a good flop for pocket too. Really good.
Alright, I need to fix one thing as soon as we go to the next hand. I've got the ante at 600. I'm going to change it to 1,200. That was my fault.
You have 2 of them? Oh, Jesus. At least it
Easy game.
So whoever won those last 2
Ah, the chip
hands
counts
is
are
going to
off.
be off by half a blind.
He could be lying, but I can watch later.
That's my fault.
Yeah, circus of a runner.
It's not my circus, not my clowns.
I usually lie to me.
No, this is my circus. Dang it!
As I say, I think you have to
Dang
take
it.
ownership
I
of
will-
all those
I
two.
will take that. I will take that.
I feel like it's your circus. You don't have to claim the clowns, though.
We have Mike Pankow in the 2 seat. He works up at the casino up in Roseau.
Mike does?
Yeah.
Nice.
1 fold, 2
Couple ace
fold.
rags. Sean's sitting on the wrong side of the table today.
He gets to play.
Yeah. Soft field, a lot of dealers playing today.
7. Raise to 2,500. 8 fold, 9 fold.
Robert decides to put in a raise with Queen 3 of
10
spades.
call.
Gary looks him up.
10 check.
I'm gonna keep telling the story.
7 bet 2,500.
Yeah, I missed.
And
Me too.
fold.
I have possession.
That's correct. Wish the 3 would have come.
Yeah, he's
2, 3 would have been nice. Without the queen.
without the queen. Gotta put that caveat
Yeah.
in there. Three hands and I haven't been kicked off yet.
Woo!
No penalty. At least they didn't make us the feature table like 3 hours from now.
What's up?
I heard NDSU's getting whooped on
I
again.
never made it.
Not good last week.
Who are they playing?
Not even sure. I didn't even look at the schedule before I rolled out of bed this morning. Short night. Turns out Fargo's a long ways from here.
Oh, you went back to Fargo tonight?
1,200.
No, I did last night.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I
last
jumped
night?
in with
Alright, 2 fold.
he got me safely
Okay.
to my doorstep. 0-0 Missouri State they're playing.
3 fold.
First quarter zeros.
What is it? An hour away?
Yeah, just over.
Okay.
Just over.
4 fold.
Made sure I made enough noise when I got home so the wife could be impressed. And
All right.
that's about as far as
7 bet
I
2,500.
got before I
8
collapsed
fold,
in the
9
bed.
fold.
What do we got going? Robert with ace king. Okay.
10 call.
Gary defends the small blind with king 9.
And
That
1
makes
call.
it enough that Rick can come in with the 8-9 from the big blind.
Creative enough. You can play 8-9.
Queen Jack Queen. Rick's got the gut shot, which is going to do him no good because that'll give Robert the good end of the straight.
And he doesn't know it, but he doesn't want to hit
All
that.
three of them have a straight. If a 10 hits, they've all got a straight. We got the 8-9, the 9 king, and the king ace.
Yeah, train wreck for 2 of them.
Wow. What if that came out 10 Jack King or 10 Jack Queen instead?
10 check.
Robert just checked the
One
flop
check.
down. Okay.
7 check.
The Queen Jack hits everybody. It's so hard to play anything. I mean, I think Robert just check calls any small bet, or he's in position, so I guess he just checks behind.
Yeah.
Shows the best hand, picks up the pot, says,
Thanks for the chips, boys. I'll hit triple digits.
"Man, a 10 would have been fun. 3 straights."
And we would have put some people to test there.
What's that?
What did you eat for breakfast?
This is my tournament. This is how I
Michael.
go in this tournament.
And Kyle.
Just run true.
Yeah. Mike and Emily both live up in Ward Road and work at the
True
casino.
that.
Okay. Looks like you can play a little bit too. Not just a deal.
He's got some chippies.
Pretty much free ball.
147,000.
Make a little noise. They're doing the buybacks different
Yes.
this time around. Of course, they was it $4?
So what that is
Yeah, it's the same
we just talked about that with Heidi.
Okay.
I am not a fan of the standard best stack forward with buybacks. If you want to do a best stack forward and you forfeit your stack, that's fine.
Yep.
But if you're buying back a stack, I don't like that so much because you're rewarding people for bagging one chip. Let's say you and I are friends. We're at the table at the last hand of the night. I've got 50K. I've already bagged 100K. So I can dump you 45K,
Right.
bag 5K, and get my
my money.
$800 or whatever it is.
That's in orbit.
So I brought that up to the people, Steve and
7 fold.
Bushy, in November when I was here.
2,000.
And I said what we did once in 2013, the only time MSPT had a buyback, it was a different structure. It was like a keep it or cash it type
Oh,
thing.
yep.
and
10
the
fold,
chips had a dollar
1
value.
fold,
So the bigger your stack is,
2 fold,
the more
So you're still
money you would get
still have
back. So
incentive to
yeah,
play.
it encourages you to bag a bunch. So I'm not going to dump any chips to anybody. I'm just going to keep a bigger stack. So they did the math on that and decided that 1,000 chips equals $4. So if you bag 80K, you get $200
Don't hate it.
or $320.
320, yep. I don't hate that. That's interesting twist on it. They did it, and one of them in Fargo. We did the buyback there, and it's always that last flight that gets really wonky at the end,
Right.
because either and it's not so much. I don't think anyone's trying to give up someone else chips, but people are just
It messes
grinding
up the
short
game,
stacks, and it's
yeah.
just. But then you have the other person that's in the tournament, and they've only bought in once, so they want to try to play and accumulate
Yeah.
chips, and
Yeah.
the action just gets
Yeah.
a
It's-
little slow,
Yeah.
and
If-
then people are tanking at the end because they're just trying to put a chip in the bag, and
Right.
Oh,
yeah, this will
maybe
take
not.
care
They
of
want to
all that
avoid
dynamic.
the
because that
the
1,000
big blind coming in.
Yep, and
Man,
that
if I'm
1,000
big
chips is
blind,
worth $300
I'll
bucks.
take
You know, so why not? I mean, it's the right play if that's the rules are given. But yeah, I think that's a good change.
It's not a big factor, but it's enough of a factor that we can fix it.
Yep.
And so I like.
Well, and
the
it's nice to give people an incentive to actually play another flight. People are traveling from
Right.
Fargo and staying up or whatever.
Yeah. And if you already bagged 100, well,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, but now, that 100, that's $400.
Yeah, if I can beat that.
I'll go ahead and play this, and if I bag over 100, I'll get $400, real money right
And then
away.
carry a bigger stack forward. It's a win-win for you. What we got going on, Gary, with some fives here. Should be pretty calm.
Reach it.
Bob looks thrilled to be involved. He might fall asleep on us,
With
Bob.
the 10 deuce and the big blind.
2 check, 3 check, 10 check, and 1 check. Two check, 3 check, 10 check.
These guys seem
Bet
drunk.
3,200.
Not yet. Free and clear.
2 fold, 3 fold.
First time to put a bet in. And we'll take it up. Ricky decided if you guys didn't keep checking,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a little stab at
Nobody
it. anyways.
wants this pot, I'll take it.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of interest.
Gary had 2 5s and did not like that board all at 8, 9, 10, Jack,
Yeah.
Queen.
Same as the deuces,
Anything
right?
beats 'em.
If it doesn't have a 5 on it,
Yeah.
I ain't super interested. Talk to Darcy, tell him to deal some bigger pocket pairs out.
Yeah. I blame the dealer.
They always do. It's the only move.
Possibly the floor. Might even be the commentators. I don't know.
There's enough blame to go around. Everyone can get a little piece of it. So you get stats and stuff on viewership and how many people are watching the stream. Like
Oh, yeah.
like last night, did
Oh, yeah.
good decent numbers, or
Yeah,
how's it been going?
yeah, I posted last night. We had,
Okay.
and I screen captured it and sent it to Pete and
10
Steve.
fold, 1
We
fold.
had
2 fold.
What did Cody go to?
3,000.
3,200
Wow.
people viewing. Now that's not unique viewers. That's people popping in and out
Yeah,
and
yeah.
checking out the.
Still.
And we streamed 3 different times. We streamed a cash game, and then we streamed twice 2 feature tables. So we had 3,200 people watch yesterday, with 1.3
Queen High.
K, so 1,300 engagements. That means they shared it, they commented on it, they liked it. So that's a lot.
Those are great numbers.
Yeah, for a $150 tournament with 90 people.
All I get is
that's a
get is
lot
ace
of
king.
a lot of activity.
People in the camera watching, like, what?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, definitely talked to some people that said they watched it, and they something that can't be here or something that's kind of fun
Do you
to
know who's watching it?
live.
The Canadians.
Oh, because they can't.
The Canadians
they
are
can't
texting
come
because they
down
can't.
here.
The borders closed and they can't come play, and they missed this event.
Oh man.
I heard it was. This is the second annual Grand Forks tournament. In the last year, the final table had 5 Canadians
Eight fold.
and 5
We got invaded.
Americans.
Oh my lord.
Ten.
And the Canadians took first and second.
Yeah, the field was not 50% Canadian. They definitely outkicked the punt coverage there.
Right.
2 bets 3,000.
So yeah, so they're up north watching, living vicariously through the stream.
2 goes
So
on.
they really appreciate it.
Yeah,
3
that's
goes
great.
on, I should say.
Keep them engaged, and
Yeah.
maybe they get
Get
the
'em
borders
excited.
open and then get
Wow.
down here.
Bob just rips in 22K with Ace King on the buttons.
3, 4.
Okay.
All right. It's
Michael-
gonna work.
And Michael has a whole bunch of chips and thinking about it. I can't imagine he.
No, he's Ace 10.
He sat there as well as everyone else and watched Bob fold. I mean,
Yeah. He was like, I just raised, and he just rips in 22K on me.
like what? I mean, Bob's on the button, but still.
Yeah, it's gonna.
And
He's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, you knew how that story
And
ended.
Bob's going, damn it, I played this wrong. I played this so
Don't
badly.
show it, Bob.
Uh,
Leave some mystery.
I
Bob.
think what probably happened is he went all in, not realizing.
That's
he had
how you
played
play
that.
Queen
He's
High,
like,
baby.
oh, I got 3 5Ks down here. I didn't know that.
Yeah, missed a count or
I,
something.
I thought I
That could
had 12.
be- John, we need to do something. Working on the 5.9. Gotta
Registration's
Put
done.
6
Gotta get our dealer to
put
give
6
the other
pretty
dealer
strong.
some love here.
Yeah. You want a huge hand 5 high? No. That was a huge flop for 6 high that you had earlier though. You had a gut shot in the.
So this is
flush
the
draw, didn't you?
second 701
Or
tournament
6 suited
we did.
against the
Yes.
guy when he had the king.
Yes, I did. I did the Thanksgiving one
Yep.
in November in
Black
Fargo,
Friday, yep.
and then this is the
Five
second
with
one.
2 spades, I think.
How's I'm sure you've talked to a lot of the players and stuff that were on the feature table. What's their feedback? What's their feelings? Anyone not loving it? I know some people are a little
No,
cautious
I
or
haven't
shy, I
had
guess.
any negative feedback at
Awesome.
all. Everybody seems to love it.
2 calls.
Yeah, literally, it's just all good from these guys. I'm gonna press pause just for a second on the microphone so I can listen to the stream, make sure it's good.
3 calls.
All right, yeah, the stream sounds great. We had some glitches at the
7 calls.
2 hours ago at the first stream.
Okay.
Some stuff I did wrong, which is why we test. And I'd rather find out on level 5 on flight B than at the feature table, the final table, when all the money's on the line and it counts. And the blinds are massive.
8 checks.
So, you know, you can't just pause the game
2 checks.
Sunday night so I can fix something. So this is really good. I'm glad we fixed it.
7 checks. 8 checks.
Rob turning a queen, still not loving his hand with that ace out there, but there hasn't been any resistance so far. So
And
2 bets. 27.
Michael Pankow's wife Emily says, War Road, Eric, come on. I did correct myself.
Oh, I misspoke. Robert turned 2 pair. Oh, this is a big hand. There could be some problems here. Bob turns the Broadway,
Oh no.
and Robert picks up 2 pair of kings and queens.
3 calls. And 7
What are you
calls.
just waiting to fold? Just a call.
Oh, Mike bet his
Mike bet.
middle pair gut
Yeah,
shot.
we got a third victim. Yeah, the guy in third led, and the other 2 are just laying in the weeds. Deuce on the river. Shouldn't change anything.
Yeah, there's no flusher. Bob's got the nuts.
2 checks.
Chip's got to get in the pot here. Oh man, should I bet? He's thinking, you know you're betting, Bob. 24K stack, 14-1 in the pot.
Yeah, you have to bet. You got the nuts and last to act.
Yep.
I mean, that's actually a rule.
It's actually a rule. Corey will come talk to you if you don't. We'll have a little discussion. Oh, he's so pained. He's so pained to put those chips in there. He just really didn't want to do it, did he? Like, oh man.
I think King Queen calls.
I think so. What do you bet? 8? Yeah.
8K.
He's got
That was
2
just an
mixes.
easy 8K. Now Michael's got a decision. He's got third pair, and he's like, is this any good now? I mean, it can't be, right?
Well, it's a little weird because if I remember correctly, I think everyone checked the flop, so there was no action on the flop. So no one's been the aggressor. So he finally took some aggression on the turn,
Yep.
and then regrets.
I didn't think
the
I'd get
decisions.
anything out of that.
I king queen.
Well, now Bob's ready. Now we're not jamming our full stack in
Wanted to make
anymore.
it big enough to think you thought I was bluffing.
Yeah, you
something.
made it the perfect amount. See, I don't always want true. I could hit a queen on the river. And I just stacked Bob for the second time of the day. Okay, Bob.
I was not betting anything at the board card.
Oh, you wouldn't have had to worry about that. There's no way I would have checked with the king or queen.
What time is it? 3 o'clock almost?
We are looking at 252.
All right. On a Saturday afternoon.
Beautiful outside. Great day to come out and play
Alright,
poker.
one folds.
Robert, can I have your...
All right, I think John has to
Two folds.
get his chips in here. Ace Jack. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Ace Jack offsuit for John with a 5.9K stack, but behind him is Robert with a big stack, picking up a bigger hand. Just rip it in, right?
Yeah, you've got Ace Jack with 6 bigs.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just, yeah.
There it is. You're gonna get snapped off, unfortunately.
But what do you want to do with 4 bigs?
Yeah, you can't get it real creative.
7
And then,
calls, 8 folds.
and then it's an automatic call there. So John's gonna
That
be,
was just a spot where it was all going to get in the middle.
yeah. John's gonna be looking for that Jack to stay alive. Eight on the turn. Make it spicy.
Another 9. Oh, 7-6 chop outs. Ooh, he had some chop
He
opportunities.
did. He paired the board on the turn. And then
The dealer was quick though. Give me some suspense.
Yeah.
Give me the
Darcy.
3 count.
Darcy working hard. You won't let me deal anymore. I'm too rough on them cards.
Yeah, you broke some cards.
Speed.
Boom, boom,
speed,
boom.
speed.
Yeah.
I was nice after that. After I got a
Well, you don't know what you don't know, and you're just going wham, wham, wham.
And I'm
oh,
just-
this is like holding a.
I'm like, let's get some hands in. Bang, bang, bang.
go.
You're like, hey,
There's antennas in there. We have to be gentle.
let's calm ourselves a little bit.
Just caress the cards.
They're your friends.
Yeah, they're good.
So we lost someone. John gets to go to the rail. See if I don't know if they'll
We'll
need
put
to
him in the
move
box.
someone or not.
Yeah.
They'll balance. They're doing a really good job.
Yeah, Corey's usually really on top of it. Hate to say nice things about him. He took my $5, so but it is what it is.
2 folds.
What do you take $5 for?
That was on the over/under bet for entries.
Oh, yes, that one.
Dang
Yes.
guy.
Well, he set the line,
Yeah, it's
and then he was going to adjust it down, and he took the over anyway.
I mean, what good better doesn't give the other guy the bigger advantage at all possible?
Seven folds, 8 folds.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna give Bob some action on this. Well, Gary seems to be.
10 folds.
He's like, I do have
And
some
1
chips in there.
Ramada in Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Heidi at the helm again.
Yep. She yesterday she said, "Do you want us to switch?" And I said, "No, I don't want you to switch. You're phenomenal."
It's a terrible
I
question.
said, "Is there a reason you need to switch?" And she says, "Well, no. I'm like, I get running the action tracker is way harder than dealing.
Yeah.
So I get why you want to break, but if you
I think
don't
she
need
likes
a
it,
break,
she-
yeah,
no
she
one-
does such a good job.
Knowing Heidi, she's just trying to be nice. I'm
Right.
like,
She
well,
was
maybe
like, does
someone
somebody
else
else
we don't
want a chance at this? But no, I was like, you're doing such a phenomenal job. Let's train them on a cash game.
Yeah.
Let's train
Yeah.
them some other time.
Yeah. There's no time constraints. No
Yeah.
one's worried about the blinds
Yeah.
going up, and
We make a mistake, we can hit refresh, we can stop the game for a minute and do a chip count, whatever we want. Let's train them then. Let's not train them right.
because you got to get a couple people that are
Yeah.
good at it, right? You can't
Yeah.
just. Eventually, she's gonna want to do something besides.
Right, yeah,
stand
she's
for
gonna
it.
get burned out, you know, for standing there for 6 hours, and it is a lot of work. It is. I've had other people who were traveling with me where I teach them how to do that,
Yeah.
and they come after 2 hours. They go, "Bro,
One call.
I am exhausted.
It's mentally
I'm like
exhausting.
mentally exhausted. There's no break. I have to do every action, every hand. There's no daydreaming at all.
Nothing. Nope.
You know, when you're dealing, you can throw out the cards and then you can take a 5-second break while you're thinking and then catch up. You can't do that when you're running the tracker. And when there is a mistake, she's so good at fixing it.
Well, that's actually a big piece, right? Because there's gonna be hiccups, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were taking.
Check.
It might have been I think it was the first time she was running it, and I was dealing that. She was a little frazzled at the time, but I was like, just
Everybody check.
let me know. I can slow down. Like
Slow down.
I'll announce the action slower, but it didn't take long. And then I'm trying to keep up with her.
Yep. She's good.
One check.
Yeah, Cadillac,
Check.
King 9, 7-6.
16,000.
Oof.
And what's your last name?
Not a lot going on with this flop.
No.
Everybody check.
You know,
Everybody
Michael's
checked again.
got the stone nuts. When the 5 hits, I was just gonna say.
600.
Found it.
Oh.
Cadillac almost looks like he wants to do something.
He bet
Okay,
3,600.
He did put 3,600
Yeah.
in the pot. That's
Yeah.
You can kiss those goodbye. Those are no longer your
Now
chips.
here's the deal. It's a chop pot if nobody has the 6.
8,000.
So there's a chance that Michael still gets paid a little bit
Yeah.
more.
He's like, okay, chop it up. You don't have a 6.
Yep. Just wishing he just checked it if trying to convince the guy that he had a 6.
Right. It's hard to represent the hand that the guy has.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Yeah, he called.
Tomato.
He called.
You had 6.
I got
Call an
a little
extra
7 cards there.
4K. He's like, well, I tried bluffing you, so you're trying to bluff me because I tried to bluff you, so it's not going to work. Chop it up. Oh, you do have the 6-7.
at least he didn't go 3 levels deep and try to redo it.
I've seen the guy in like this situation where the guy has a 6
Yeah.
and the other guy has a 6-7.
Fold if you just
And,
probably could have got it.
You know, the other guy's just, the third guy's sticking around going, well, you chop top.
Bluff there.
I got
Been
the,
famous.
Trapping to be
Remember that
trapped.
time when we were live
remember that guy
streaming
in
and
the
you
feature
shipped it into the nuts? tried to pull off a huge bluff right into the nuts.
We missed the joke. They're all laughing.
yeah.
And speaking of dealers, there's another
I
one.
mean, if they're in the way, just
Mike
take a
just
move
joined
over
us.
here and one stack of tea.
All right. In the 9 seat.
I'll even give you
Alright.
2 stacks of black.
10
That makes it feel better.
Yes.
We are the table's 10 hand. We are only 9-handed, so there's an empty spot. Probably the 6 seat I think is empty.
Alright, you got 4 and 6 open, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just because that flat 4, 5, 6 is a little tight, so we just take out the 6 seat to give
Alright,
Steve a little bit of room.
3,500.
Looks like Steve joined us. Steve Zima.
Steve Zima in the 5 seat.
7 fold, 8 fold.
Mike Schultz in the 9 with the ace 4 suited.
Fold,
Just
10
gives it away.
fold.
Mike ain't
40% to a straight flush.
you're almost there.
Wow.
You don't even know what you have yet if you don't see a flop.
That's earlier. I watched the play this.
The
And
raise,
Who's
Bob.
talking to Heidi in the background? Somebody with a 701 shirt.
Okay. Yeah, see, I got leveled myself with the over-under bet because I was looking at the tournaments last weekend, and the Windbreak has 111, and there's another 50 players out at the Wild Rice. That's 160 people. I'm like, man, you get a nice 2-day tournament in a central location, they should just be pouring in.
And
Which the numbers are still good.
They,
The numbers are still
they
good.
are, and you expect you expect 20 people coming down.
All right,
from
dealers,
Canada
finish
to
the
get
hand
tickets.
you're on. Blinds up next hand. 816, 16.
We got this
800,
third flight,
1600,
yeah, we'll see.
1600.
We'll see how many people have bagged a stack or a buy-in left and want to come back.
A lot of activities going on this morning, like basketball and hockey and stuff like that around.
I did
know
hear that at the table. Some people were
Alright,
talking
7
about.
folds, 8 folds.
people have to go do their stuff in the morning, and they were going to come late reg for flight C.
9 folds,
Okay.
10 folds.
So maybe we see a decent little bump on the flight C.
1 folds.
Had any food from here yet?
Oh, the food is phenomenal.
Is it?
If you haven't, this
I
is a
haven't.
Bigfoot barbecue
Okay.
menu. I've mentioned this a couple of times. I don't know if you are aware of the history behind the Bigfoot barbecue.
I am not.
Now, the way I understand it, they started out as a food truck.
Okay.
And during the pandemic last year, the hotel shut down their kitchen, bar, event center, and the Bigfoot barbecue, when it started to open up again. Wow, Mike's got 20 outs. Let me interrupt myself. I've never seen that many outs across the top of the board.
Jesus, it's a whole deck.
He literally has half the deck.
2 bets, 3,500.
Oh, a lot of those are chop outs with the queen.
Okay,
Got
I was
it.
like, what the heck? Those cards aren't
Yeah,
helping him. But
yeah,
yeah,
a lot of it is chop outs.
Okay, that's less exciting.
Yeah, the jack, the 10, yeah, anything above an 8 is a chop out. That's why. Okay, I was like, how does he have that many outs? Sorry, back to my story. Bigfoot Barbecue went from their food truck. They're taking over the restaurant, the bar, and the event center.
Oh, jeez.
So they're taking over all of this stuff, and the hotel is going to be a hotel.
Okay.
Is the way I understand it. The details might be fuzzy, but
Somewhere in that
the
ballpark.
food is phenomenal. I had the pulled pork sandwich yesterday. What did they have? They have a brisket on there that's really good.
Brisket, some ribs, chicken
yeah.
platter.
Yeah,
Nice little
it's really
selection.
good, and they're really nice. Shelly has been taking care of us all weekend long.
Yeah, it's getting to be that season, right?
8 volts.
Warming up a little bit. Time to fire them smokers up.
Yep. All right, now Mike. Now he folds the ace 4 so he can play the ace
9 bets,
queen.
4,200.
He knows what he's doing.
Got it figured out.
It's not his first rodeo. I can't see him. Him and Gary kind of blend into each other.
Like one
and
big person.
all I see are the heads up top, floating.
5 folds.
Yeah, Mike's not gonna get any resistance here.
When I see someone in camera, I want to bump into him and tell them it worked. Whoa, but didn't see it.
You win.
It worked.
You win. Blinds up.
Blinds up.
816.
Number 16 with a 1600 big blind, Annie.
Never give a shelf my shit.
Now we're getting to some meaningful,
At least it's
some
you,
meaningful
not
levels.
your wife. I would have just left if they'd have moved your wife. 20 years, I think I beat her with one hand. But she's so nice. She's always nice when she takes her chips. You played that hand well.
All right, Darcy, give us something to work with here.
Thanks, Marcy.
7-5, that ain't gonna cut it.
Nothing.
King 10, Jack 9.
9 folds.
Mike 10 in the hijack has the best hand and the most chips.
Put your cards in 'em, or pull 'em out
Let
and
me
then
take
put
a
'em
little
in.
glance and see what his aggression frequency is. So Mike Pankow, 44%. So let's just glance at this. He is top of the leaderboard in aggression, 44%. So half the times he comes into the pot, he comes in raising.
So King 10's probably gonna do it for
King
him.
10's gonna, I bet you if it folds to him, he's raising. And it's gonna fold to him
Rob
because,
picked up queens. We missed the queens. Late
oh,
register.
you know
Late
what?
register.
Yeah, small blind. It's still gonna work. He's still gonna raise because
Yeah.
Robert's got the queens behind him.
2 calls.
No, I'm wrong. He called. I fully expected him to raise with everybody folding to him. Only a couple players left to act, and then the blinds. Jack 9's gonna call. Suited. I like that hand.
If you're gonna pick one out to beat some overpairs.
Let's go. Now, what's Robert gonna do with the queens with two limpers and a guy behind him?
5,800.
58. 58.
Excuse me.
8
7,200 in the pot, and he makes it 58 total.
Okay.
Oh, it's a big bet.
I know. Playing with
I think if I'm Bob, if Mike calls, I call. If Mike folds, I fold.
Bob lets us go. I played enough poker with Bob.
Yeah. It's so pretty, though.
It is.
So pretty. 9 jack suited. I like this hand.
You know, unless he thinks Rob's getting a little out of line. I think he just wants some camera time and it's going to go in the muck eventually. There
Yep.
it is.
Good fold.
3 folds.
Suited connectors.
Yeah, suited connectors, he says.
You know,
That would have been a very weird spot for me to raise with a bad hand.
Been a bad spot for me
a
to
couple
call.
players that we haven't heard much from today.
Yeah.
Not getting any traction.
I don't know when you had suited connectors. I'd rather not see a flop against suited connectors. Sucker shit where you lose. all
Oh,
your
yeah.
money.
And you have to get off.
Way
Yeah,
rather
Bob
get
just
that.
said he did
But
not
mine
want to
were
see a
under
flop
Jack
against the
nine
guy with
of
suited
clubs.
I'm gonna
connectors.
get called. I want your head.
I'd rather just
Technically,
take it
suited
down at that
gappers.
point, especially with a couple limpers in the pot, right? Just a little extra,
Yeah.
little
Yep.
extra gravy on it.
Yep.
Kind of like
Nice
that's
little
Brian
pot to pick
Awning's
up.
favorite hand is Jack 9.
Oh.
I like
It
Jack
doesn't
nine
even have
suited.
to be suited.
Jack. Oh. Wow.
Mine is suited.
Now they're all talking
The
about the
value
benefit
goes
of
way
Jack
down.
9 and how good it is.
Jack nine suited. Especially
And Jack 10 suited is better. Well, thank you, Captain
Yeah.
Obvious.
There we go. Now we're learning.
Now, if it was King Queen,
Stick
I'd
around,
probably
you'll
go
learn.
Into
things.
high level stuff here.
It's hard to keep up
See,
with the
that's
commentary
that's why I
when we're
wanna
playing
get
at
called.
such
Mike and
a such a
Gary,
high level
can
on
you
that side.
Shift your cards out and bring them in.
Gary.
Not me.
Woo!
Okay, thank you.
I don't know what's going on
Alright,
there.
10 fold, 1 fold.
Darcy wants to have a card. I want him to have a card.
The way I folded.
Two calls.
So Gary in the 10 seat did not, his cards did not register, so she was trying to get him to put him back in, but he just folded anyway, so it didn't matter.
5 folds.
Is that John running the? Is he at the stand now, or is that still?
That's still Heidi.
That's still hiding. Okay.
7 calls.
I remember she was wearing a 7 or not.
8 calls.
Did you
9
say
picks.
drunk John?
No. I don't know if I've seen Drunk John. It could be interesting.
I was going to say, how did that...
He's an
like,
idiot.
like call him Lefty or something. I mean, Drunk John. Was that Drunk John up there? I'm like,
Oh, good old Drunk John.
I've never heard anybody call him that.
Oops, sorry about that.
I was gonna check it.
8 check.
What do we got here? 10 deuce. So we
Lions
got a
bet
pair for
3,500.
Cody. And a pair for Mike. It's not Jack 9, but Jack 8
Nobody
will do.
has a spade.
Oh, there you go, Mike.
He's going to get after it with top pair. Top 2.
Top 2.
7 folds. 8 folds.
Two.
Yeah, it's going to work.
No draws left for anyone.
Yeah, no.
Jack.
Well, I know.
And he just sells him 2 pair.
I had 9. You're the only guy I would have think I would have just folded.
Loose
9.
lips, 6 ships.
860. Jack 3.
If I didn't
It
know
is
that.
funny, a lot of people on the stream will go ahead and tell people what they had. Well, you're going to see it anyway. Well, yeah, make them work for it.
Yeah, at least make them put in the
That's a-
time.
if I
Plus,
call
we get a
it,
viewership
the
then.
Jack
Yeah.
was great.
If you just tell them, they might not look it up.
You're in pretty good shape.
2 pair. And Mike says you were in pretty good shape with top 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And now Mike has the ducks.
There they are.
Rick with the king 10.
The less attractive Jack 9 offsuit for Steve.
1 raises to 3,200.
3,200. Do you float with all the chips? He elects not to. He doesn't want to set mine.
I probably do, but that doesn't mean it's the right.
I do. I do for sure with all
I
the
mean,
chips.
there's enough stacks there. I mean, I have the benefit of if I hit that set, I can just bet it because I'm getting a call. There's not a lot of believers in my congregation.
Right.
If I start firing some chips out, I can usually pick up some callers.
All right, 10 calls.
Most of which I don't want, but they come along. Kramer never has anything.
Deuce on the flop.
Just to needle him.
Just a needle.
Little needle.
What's
10.
the flop?
Check. 5 of
Heidi's
clubs,
gonna
8 of clubs, 4 of hearts.
Type it in.
Oh, okay.
And we got a check and a check.
There's the 8 on the flop for Gary.
Thank you.
Good.
Well,
King ball, just flip flopping.
check, flop.
Check, check, flop.
Hmm.
Check, bet, turn.
You're stuck seeing a flop with ace 8. That's a,
Well, he called 1600, and then he called he was in the big blind,
obviously.
and then so he checks flopping top pair to let him continue. Rick doesn't continue,
And then
and so now he has a delayed continuation bet on the turn,
When Rick-
and I can't believe you've got a king now.
when Ricky hit gin on the turn,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
6 doesn't change anything. A 7 gives you a straight if you were,
one of those left.
nothing. I think he calls a reasonable bet. 15.8 in the pot. If you bet like 3K, I think he calls.
Is he gonna bet here?
And the check.
Scared of that heart coming off because the
Yeah.
bet on the turn?
It was wet. Yeah, you have showdown value.
Yeah.
You just show him your king and call it good.
He didn't have to. Gary didn't have to call a bet because a bet was not
Check,
made.
check.
Kind of thought that might happen. You're not in love with your hand, and that third heart comes on the river, and you don't want to be stuck making a decision for more chips.
Never mind. I didn't want to do this one anyway.
Just had this king that I turned on, yes, so I'm gonna show you that.
Got there. We'll be right back.
All right.
Need anything?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you.
Ricky, king 10 under the gun. Offsuit.
But he was gonna bet.
Raising it. Wow, man, I love it. You're my favorite poker player, Ricky. I tell you that all the time, don't I? I get popped on
I
the
thought he was
flop,
gonna
I
raise
bet
the
it.
flop. I'd come back with it.
Well, here we go. Ricky picking up queens. And Mike with the ace jack. Might get some chips in this pot
Yeah,
here.
you're not shy about getting chips in the middle.
Usually, I am. Learn to
All right, two raises to 3,500.
Yeah, Mike with the raise.
I try to just get it in with the nuts. Doesn't always work out that way.
3.5K should fold
It's
back
easier
around
to do it that way.
to Ricky Cadillac, I would assume here.
3 folds. 5 folds.
Sit forward.
35. Seven calls, 8 folds, 9 folds, 10 folds.
And it does.
All right, re-raise 13,500.
Right. I'm not saying he wouldn't have folded, but. Yeah, no, I don't think he would actually.
Ricky with the 3-bet to 13.5. Michael is in the tank, deciding what to do with his ace jack offsuit.
2 folds.
He just lets it go. Yep, and Robert lays it down also, and Ricky will pick up the pot there.
At least 5 of diamonds. Not that far behind. Way behind if he's got ace king or ace queen.
Glad I folded my king 8 of diamonds. And it wasn't in.
And you folded 2 diamonds. That makes it.
We'll move on to the next hand, and Ricky picking up small pocket pairs out there.
Fold. 5 fold.
What I wanted to do is use those before I had
7 folds. 8 raises to 3,600.
Cody with the raise to 1.6. Oh no. Cody with the raise to 3.6, excuse me.
9 calls.
Mike's gonna come along with another pocket pair of 6s. Eventually, we're gonna get around to
10
Ricky in the
calls.
small blind there, and he's gonna
3,600.
probably put some pressure on these pairs. Good timing. Interesting little hand brewing here with some
Ooh,
couple small pocket pairs, and Queen Jack decided they wanted to limp in, and now Ricky in the small blind, who just had queens last hand,
So
now picks up
4s
ace king.
raises it, 6s calls, Queen Jack calls on the button,
Yep.
Ace King 3 bets.
And all of a sudden Ricky's got.
Wow, now we've got a real pot going on. And I checked. Heidi is teaching John how to use the action tracker.
Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. All right, so the 4s got out of the way.
And the 6 is
Cody's 4s in the muck, and
And the Queen
Mike's.
Jack said I was kidding about the 3-6 anyways.
Well, we didn't know that.
3,600.
Yeah, Ricky went to 14K. Yeah, I can't imagine Gary finds any sort of call here.
He's like, look at all those chips in the
Yeah.
middle though.
He doesn't love folding, and that pot has been
It bloated.
a little bit with all the limps and the raise, or the raises and then
Yeah,
the calls.
the raise, call,
What do we have? Yeah, there's 31.6 in the pot, and Gary's looking at his stack going, well, that's already a double up.
I can, if I can find a win here.
Yeah,
They can't get it anyway.
I don't think
You have to
it's
pay
too low. I
taxes,
don't
and you
think he can do it.
have to pay taxes and have the social security number to get the stimulus check. It's like,
Gary's too good to make this.
Put in half your stake. Oh, he's just
put
kidding.
an amendment, and it got beat.
Okay,
The
just
amendment
wanna
because it was like
gamble.
because it's a stupid amendment.
I don't want to fold, but I gotta fold.
That might be the stupidest move.
Well, it's for Randy said it. I was like,
Yeah,
cool,
he's
sure,
sure.
Randy.
Yeah,
Randy,
he's-
like, if you
I
don't
like
have a social
showing
security
my
number, you can't get the stimulus
non-bluffs
check
to
anyway,
get people to
so-
fold later.
Yeah, build up some equity.
You can't even get it if you haven't. It's hard to get if you. I shouldn't say you can't get
Blinds
it if
get
you
up
haven't paid
there, and
taxes,
it's
but it's
actually-
really hard to get it if you
It
haven't.
makes a difference if you can pick up the blinds.
Yeah,
in
then
that
it's
ante.
worth it to pick it up. You know,
Yeah, they
I like,
voted on it
you know,
now.
especially
They're
Ace
still
King,
going
which is a
through
great
it.
hand, but it's still a
still
drawing
hasn't
hand.
passed
And
much.
if you just give me the pot pre-flop, especially with a raise and 2 limpers, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of
It'll
loose
get passed
change
when
out
Joe
there.
Manchin
If I
Yeah.
just pick that up and then show you, no, I did have it.
Yeah, at that point, you pick up 3, 4, 5, 6 big blinds. It's like, yeah, what else would I be raising?
He's
with?
basically.
Of course I had it, guys, and then you just want them to fold to you.
Objecting to stupid and objectionable, non-objectionable.
They all like to play.
All right, what do we got, Steve? What's the cards?
16.
6, 3 deuce, 8 deuce. Uh oh, Mikey.
The
5
Rockets.
fold.
What do we got? Queen Jack and Ace 9.
7 fold.
It's always an option.
Alright, 8 raises to 3,600.
Cody with the Ace 9 coming in for a raise. Mike right behind him.
Trying to not jump out of his chair.
Right.
I finally got a hand.
You don't want to go too crazy, but you want to build the
9
pot. You
re-raises
don't want
to
5 people calling.
9,600.
What do you go to?
10 folds.
8,600 somewhere in there. It looks like
86 looks like 96.
96. Okay.
Must be another 1K down there we didn't see.
Yeah, that's gonna be too much heat for for Cody to withstand.
Yeah, he's not
Well,
going
we
to call
need to
6K
look at one
with
card,
that.
yeah.
Mike knew the hands. He'd consider himself lucky that he got Cody to put a
Yeah.
bet in before it was his action. So
Never mind.
And
there
8.
it is.
No Hollywooding, just like, let me double check. Yep, I don't want to play
Make
the
sure I
same.
didn't miss my 8. No, they're not aces.
I've lost like 20-some thousand since I got here, not really seeing shit. Putting money in there and.
He had a way better hand.
Good.
He had once, yeah.
Yeah,
Burrito, mac and cheese.
So good, I had that yesterday.
Sounds good.
No, you didn't. I had both the red ones.
Never got live.
Well, you
Yeah,
can't.
he's-
You
he's
can't.
on
What's on
TV.
what's on the schedule for yourself?
So much stuff. Actually.
Yeah.
You could know in a little bit if you actually wanted to sit
Yeah,
down and
it's-
watch a bunch of us morons.
I've
play
got
poker.
a bunch of stuff
I mean,
brewing
please keep watching.
that just hasn't happened yet. A lot of venues are waiting to open up. Some venues have opened up, but they're going to run for a
Limited.
month or two
Okay.
until they can actually start running big streams. But it's going to be an exciting year for sure.
That's awesome. Anything local in the area, or most
No,
of it out
it's,
of?
it's all Florida, Colorado, some more stuff in Texas. I just got back from Houston, Michigan, some new stuff in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Nothing
You
over
can
this
outgrow us 701 guys. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's quite possible.
I don't like that. Just at face value, anyways.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of the goal, right? Sounds like you have a lot.
I like coming here. This is a 2-hour drive for me, so I give you guys a nice discount to come over here and stream this event. I love these guys. I know half of them.
Good people. Lets you test some of the
it's-
equipment
it's
out,
a
make
good
sure everything's
time.
still
Yeah.
working. Just get some experience under the belt, because you're probably still every once in a while you stumble across something that you're still learning too.
Yep,
So
for sure. There's always glitches. That's why we're always testing.
yep.
Steve in the big blind flops a middle set and slow plays it.
5 checks.
Ace, queen, king.
Yep.
Someone's looking for a king on the river.
Robert's looking for a 9
And
or a king.
They
He's
don't
double
know it.
gut
And
now.
neither of them want the ace.
Okay, the set. This is way smaller pot than it should have been.
Yeah. Some money in there at some point.
I mean, I think what's Steve afraid of on the river? The 9? Somebody's. I mean, I'm putting chips in somewhere.
Somewhere on that ride. Put
Maybe
some chips in.
check the flop. You know, let somebody take a stab at it, but for sure, when it checks around, let's take a bite on the turn.
Would have been
Yeah,
entertaining.
if you get scared, if that turn's gonna scare you, then you need to bet the flop. Like you got to define your hand at some point, right? If you're gonna take that line, that's a little more passive. You either got to bet that turn and not be scared, or if you think you're not gonna bet that turn, then you got to get some money on the flop.
Ace queen, so I have king or a
I
nine.
find it incredibly hard to flop sets. So
It's so hard.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
terrible
amazed that you can
What's
flop.
15% of the time you'll flop a set?
Nines are dead.
Uh-oh, this is trouble for Cody.
Okay,
He's got
Cody's
the QQ against the
8
AQ.
raises
40K
to
stack.
3,600.
And under the gun, he's
9
going to
folds, 10
raise.
folds, 1 fold.
Look at Robert looking at that bet. He's like, oh, those are my chips.
Yeah.
He's already
Yep.
has
much-
plans.
And Cody, we just play this game where Robert 3-bet him and Cody had to fold again?
We did.
Or somebody else 3-bet him. Somebody 3-bet him with the
Yeah.
Mike did with the aces. Ace 9 against ace ace. And he's just running into better hands and he's gonna get 3-bet again.
7 calls.
And he might
Grip
I
it.
mean
Ace
ace
nine.
queen is way
We're just
better than
gonna-
ace
oh.
9. So he just
He
called.
just called with
with
the queens. Okay. I don't have that gear.
7 checks.
Wow. And you hate to see Cody has 1 out. He doesn't know the other 2 aces have been folded. But
What do you do if you're robbing this spot? Because
Yeah, now
now you haven't defined your hand.
Yeah.
Cody's just gonna make a standard C bet, but now you don't know if he has. You
does
don't-
he have ace king? Ace king and ace queen are the same hand basically. So did he just flop his king and now you're in trouble?
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Robert's idea is probably trying to keep
Yeah.
the pot smaller, not want to play a huge pot with queens, but I don't know. I definitely stick a
I think
3
he's
bet in there
just
pre.
yeah. I also want a 3-bet pre-flop. It's not like he even had players behind him that he was wanting to, you know, trap.
Entice. Yeah.
You know, he was just the last person to act, and he just flatted, and he doesn't like this. Cody's putting him to the test, and it worked.
Cody. Cody can't believe it worked.
Cody's like, wow, really?
Oh, I'm so.
Cody can't believe it.
Oh,
Queen versus aces, and I lost like the minute.
Yeah, I think if Robert had that one to do over, I don't know that he takes that line.
No.
Just on that hand.
So what did Cody have for big blinds at the start of that hand? He had 40K?
He's up 10K, so he had 39.
39. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I don't like the passive line there because for 40, you're effectively risking 40K, right?
Oh,
And
the
Rob's
hand
playing,
cold
Rob's
folder?
playing
Second nuts, yeah.
what, 84 now, so he's right around 100K. Yeah, if you have to
It was
get
funny that other
half your
guy
stack
that
in
was,
with queens.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be
I've
on
done
top of
worse.
the bond.
Yeah, I've made
I've
worse
lost
decisions
more.
before
I've
breakfast.
lost more with
I mean,
worse.
you can play it your way if you want to, but he just folded.
Now they're all criticizing
He just
Cody's
folded drawn
play.
dead, so I think I'd go with his. I'd go with
There-
his.
Cody's play?
Yeah.
I mean,
But I
there's some
get-
criticism there, but I don't know. If,
Nine raises
no,
to 40.
so-
oh, Rob's.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, okay. That's like
No, they were.
if they're gonna rib
They're
jab
ribbing somebody
someone.
for stacking chips. You can tease me all day long if I'm stacking the chips.
No complaints. No
Now
complaints.
Robert's got the jacks.
One folds, two
Jeez,
folds.
back-to-back hands. Queens to jacks. Bet you he puts a big raise in here this time.
3 folds, 5 folds, 7 calls.
Oh, Mike raises with the ace-7 suited. He's gonna. So,
Oh,
so
and
Robert,
Gary
same
called, and Rick
situation.
called, and Mike called, and
Same situation. Does he
that-
3-bet
you
this
know
time?
What? You know what? None of that happened. We've got John on the action tracker. He just backed everything up.
Okay.
He's like, oh wait. I'm accidentally hit call. I meant to hit fold.
Okay.
I'm like, how did that happen?
Money's just flying out
Yes.
of the pot.
See, Heidi's back there teaching John what to do. Now, what they need to do is tell
9 bet 6,000.
the dealer to stop for a second so they can catch up.
Catch up. Give me 10
You
seconds.
just say, hold on a second.
8 folds.
See, now I'm curious. Did Rob raise pre-flop with those jacks?
When we get heads up, we'll be able to see
Okay.
the action right now. So it went. Schultz raised to 4K. Robert called. Check bet call. Check.
Again, he chooses not to 3-bet with
Yeah.
the pocket
That's
pair of jacks
8,000 and a fold.
this time, and queens the time before, and then Mike takes the pot down.
And he shows his jacks again.
Wow, they're under the gun races both times, so like. Don't
Yeah,
be
he's
great.
kind of
And he's shaking his
yeah,
head.
he
going,
appears to
"Oh,
be
man,
lamenting his luck,
yes."
right?
He's like, oh man, I get hands and they just can't hold up.
Yeah, I thought maybe after the queens went, he bet on him. He was going to put a nice big 3-bet with the jacks, but he decided to play it similar the same way.
Yeah, play it passively and just let them take it away from you.
And you can under-rep your hand, but the problem is there's so many boards that just don't cooperate with the story you're telling. Yep.
Like, if you're a guy who's gonna get sticky with, third
That's what I
pair,
do to find out where I'm at.
okay, let them bluff at you. But if you're gonna fold, you need to be aggressive
No, if I can get bailed
and
out.
take the pot down. You can't just,
Thanks for preparing before when the guy swapped odds and it didn't work.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Gary's
that's
giving him a hard
if I'd have
time.
hit a jack, I wouldn't have folded.
And now Rick's got the kings.
Alright, 10 folds.
Robert's explaining to everyone, like, hey, I've won a lot of tournaments. I know what I'm doing here.
Yes,
Ricky's picked up some big hands.
Robert's got the king. He doesn't want
I'm
to play
already
anymore.
losing all my chips. You don't have to rub
You
it
might
in.
want to take a walk
He's
about.
like, I'm already losing all my chips.
Walk
Alright,
about.
1
Just a
bet
little rest.
3,600.
What's Robert down to? 75,000. I think he was a little over 100 at one point.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we backtracked a little bit in the last couple of hands.
Maybe 10. I might have 10.
Bob with the 9-8 of diamonds. Pretty. Two of his diamonds are in someone else's hand though, so let's see what Bob does with 9-8 here.
I don't mind calling.
Ricky's been fairly active. Let me look at the number. Yeah, aggression level 43%.
8 folds.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind peeling a flop off there against
Mike's
Ricky.
got a 47% aggression.
9 calls.
I would not have thought that. Oh, you know what? That's not accurate because he came to the table late, so that's not 25 hands. That's probably 5 hands. So that's not a full representation. Bob hits a gut shot.
Mike picking up second pair. Bob with a gut shot. And
Dealers, next stand, blinds are up.
Continue
One
to
to
drop.
2,000 with the $2,000 big blind ante. One to 2,000 with the $2,000 big blind ante.
7,700.
I love it when
Players,
I
we
see
have 1 hour
$1,000
left.
blind ante.
dollar. Yeah.
1 hour left, 2
Dollars
levels.
here.
3 folds.
Before we beg,
It's a big game running out there.
Big
What are we
game.
doing in here? They're playing $1,000, $2,000.
That's
Dollars.
it.
Dollars.
Nosebleed.
So
Pocket nines.
Yeah.
Rick picks it up.
We have 1 hour left to fold.
Collect his earnings.
Put a nine on the board there and.
Good.
Oh, we're done in an hour. What time is it?
2 blind levels.
2 more levels, and then we're bagging
Alright.
chips.
Bang him up. Start all over.
1,000,
go.
2,000.
VPIP might percent, but again, that's not over 25 hands. That's over like the 5 hands that he's been here.
Now Ricky Cadillac's been here the whole time, and he is at 40.
So this is
Yeah.
the last level,
He's
right?
also picked up. It's easy to get that aggression level up when you're picking up Ace King, Ace Queen, big pocket pairs.
26 hands. That's only 3 orbits.
Yeah, not a huge sample size, right? We got other action going on tonight, don't we? Isn't there another tournament they're kicking off?
There's like a $100 tournament with
a rebuy.
three entries.
3 entries,
allowed.
so 2 rebuys allowed. I think it's, if memory serves me, it's 10,000 in chips per stack. 20 or 30 minute blinds.
I think it's a turbo, and is this the one that it's just straight bounty?
No,
No, that's not this one.
Not this
Okay,
You can
not this
pay.
one. I think they're doing that. When are they doing that? 6?
I don't know.
Somewhere.
Well, probably not 6 because
Right at
that's
the
when they're going to
start.
start
Double it
flight
up.
C. So probably like maybe like 8, I would think.
Probably right.
I don't want Heidi to trip over that extension cord in the background there. I should have that taped down better.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, but the moral of the story is it's 3:33, so there's plenty of time.
Get down here.
Yeah, jump in the car.
Yeah, we're in the Ramada in Grand Forks. Do we call it West Grand Forks? We're on the west side of Grand Forks.
Fair enough.
Make it sound bigger than it is. West Grand Forks.
10
All right.
Okay.
Gary picked a spot. The king and the jack suited. Steve's got the mystery hand. 25K. It's half of Steve's stack. 20K to call. So Steve raised to 5.5 pre.
Yeah, there's 20K stack. There's not a lot of decisions being made here, right? It's
Right.
either we're playing this hand or
Yeah.
not.
100.
Now we've got Heidi in the box.
Well, there we go.
So
So, I wish we knew what he had.
if Heidi was back there, she would tell him, "Hey, put your cards together."
Help.
See, John should be saying, "Hey, 5, can I get your cards?"
Little help. Little help.
Yeah. It's okay. I like this.
So what's your calling range in this spot? You have you're working off a 60,000 chip stack, and someone just jammed into you who's been pretty inactive. Gary hasn't put a lot of hands in his 3 orbits.
Probably ace jack in any pair.
Ace jack
Above
plus.
like let's say 8s.
Yeah, I think I'm ditching deuces, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and then that's where you start getting to the
7, 8s,
7s and
9s. I'm going. I'm flipping for sure.
Calls?
Yep.
I need to hit my jack.
Oh, he does call.
Okay.
No, I gotta hit.
Now I really want to know. Well, the table. Let's see. Can we get maybe the camera will tell us.
Well,
King Jack, King Queen.
King Queen.
Okay.
So what we have to do is go in here, click on this. I don't know what suit though.
Heidi, what does Steve have?
I'm just gonna
Huh?
What does Steve have?
randomly
He has
type in.
King of Clubs,
King,
Queen
Queen.
of Hearts.
Don't care.
Never mind, they are registered now.
Next hand.
I wouldn't even thought with him.
I typed it in for him.
He was already frustrated.
Yeah, so I guess the recap on that is he found a call that I don't think either of us
King,
would have,
queen?
and finds himself in great shape.
I said ace jack and above. I don't know if king queen is above ace jack. It's right there, probably below. I think I don't call with king queen.
No.
You haven't been
He
playing.
he made the call. It was correct.
Yeah, I'm real happy to find out he's light years
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, and not only ahead, he's dominating him.
And after, yeah, I don't think I find a call for half my stack with king queen,
Yep.
but
Worked out for him.
Yeah.
On his name, hit
proved to be
delete.
the correct decision.
Click on his name.
And Gary, I don't know if Gary had rebought already today or if he might be
We're done.
participating.
So players, I do want to remind you, we do have
We're done.
Two.
We're done.
Like registration?
No, I'm saying I don't know if he
Oh.
rebought. I don't know if he can
Tonight,
yeah.
6 o'clock. Got it, got
Yeah,
it.
we might be seeing him
I
tonight.
thought you
Play
were
again tonight.
waiting for him to
If
jump
you
back
double
in.
No.
play, we'll buy your
Yeah,
short
no,
stack back
that
for
ship has sailed.
$4 for every 1,000 in chips you have.
Eight raises to 5,000.
We also have
Fly
a
back.
turbo tonight starting at 7 o'clock.
7.
Turbo 7.
So if you have played both flights and 2 flights and you want to still play some poker, we'll have the
So I'll get
turbo
down to
starting at
7.
7.
Better hands a lot.
Jump in the car and get over here.
Yeah,
Play some poker.
definitely. You can get here by 7 from almost anywhere.
Right? Little fun turbo.
Fargo,
What level do
Bemidji,
blinds
Ward
start
Road.
out tomorrow?
Not even the same.
So on,
One to two
on
thousand.
that
One
main
to
stack,
seven.
I've got his stack. Decent stack.
Mikey Schultz. He's up 21,000 from when he came to the table.
Nobody
so
playing for
then
himself.
delete seat.
Let's look at this cumulative stack. So right here we got Mike Pankow up at the top. Let's see what they're doing. Since they got to the table, we got Steve Zima up 33K
Okay.
Yep.
and Robert down 22K. We did lose a couple of people, but yeah, Rick's doing good, Mike's doing good.
Yeah. Robert,
Ace
victim
King
of
for
those-
Robert, speaking of.
So you shoved up the worst.
Maybe you can get some of those chips back.
Yeah.
Full pocket
Five
pairs.
Yeah, but you should have.
Unless he calls and then folds the best hand.
I don't know. I think he touched the hot stove twice. He's probably gonna get a raise in here and trying to define his hand a little bit here.
It'd be interesting to see what happened if somebody raised in front of
Seat
you.
7 raises to
Right.
5,100.
If he would
Seat
3-bet
8
or if he would just call
Seat 9 folds.
fold.
I didn't want her to get.
Yeah, the open's easy, right?
Yeah.
Seat 1 folds.
Open it up for 5.1. That should get the job done.
Seat 3 folds.
Watching some full queens and jacks, I probably have a vision.
All right, that's it.
Lines up. 1-2.
Face game. This time.
For the last 8 minutes, we've been at 1-2,
Way easier
so
when I'm the one raising.
it won't be too much longer.
Robert just said it's way easier when I'm the one raising. Yes, it is.
Avoid tough decisions, right? That's half the battle.
Yeah, it's hard to call with premium hands and then just give up on them
Yep.
because you are afraid of the monster under the bed.
Lots of skeletons out there.
Problem is sometimes there's a monster.
He's
I
angry.
mean, I tell people don't be afraid of the monster under the bed, but sometimes there's
Unless
a
there's
monster.
a monster, then you should.
Sometimes
you should
there's
have
a
some fear.
monster.
Yeah.
Seat 7 folds.
Queen Jack, King 9, King 9.
Seat 8
I'm the
goes
guilty
to
one.
5,000.
I'm rubbing off.
There you go. John just said, Bob, put your cards in the
Although
box. He's
there you
taking
go.
a little control of the table.
There you go. John's figuring it out.
And then I was like,
Sober John.
Sober John.
Seat 1
Sober
folds.
John.
If a card doesn't read, so you
you have
just
to
have
pull them out and put it
Yep,
back
so it's
in.
just a matter of pulling it out and putting it back.
You know, okay.
It's 5,000.
That's how you get children.
Bob just accidentally put chips in the pot.
Yep. He's like, well, these are gone.
Yep, he completed out of the small there and
Oh,
then
I
was
should've
quickly
just put
informed that
Yep.
the raise was to 5K and now he's.
Oh, now he's going, damn it, I should have put more in. It was only 2 more K to
Yeah.
call.
So he kind of
Yeah.
doubled down on the mistake there. He was
Yeah.
so upset about doing it in the first place. He just
He's
kept
like,
him in.
I called. Oh, they raised. Oh, I fold then. Oh, wait, I should have
It
called.
wasn't that much more. Damn it.
I just forfeited.
I lost half the ones you gave me.
Cody with a favorable flop.
Seat 8 bets 45.
Bet it and take it down is probably the likely scenario here. Although Steve isn't immediately putting him in the muck, but he wants to take one more look at him and then put him back in the box. And there they go.
Never mind.
Almost tricked me into changing my mind, but It's a long tournament. 21 hours, 30 minutes, and 18 seconds elapsed time. I think that's when it popped up on the screen. Isn't that what it said under elapsed time?
Boy, I didn't look. Let's look. Elapsed time, 21 hours.
Yeah, marathon.
So what happened was
Last night.
that doesn't make
That doesn't
sense
make,
either.
that's not the right number of hours, is it?
21 hours would have been
Well, 3 hours from now, right?
yeah, like 6, 7 o'clock, and
That
they
would have
didn't.
been like 3:41 yeah, 3:41 p.m. yesterday.
Seat 9 full.
Weird. And
Cash is that when you started the Survivor?
no,
No?
no, we started that at 3 o'clock
It's counting
yesterday.
something on us.
But I wonder if he
Seat 1 calls.
restarted. How you doing?
Seat 3 goes all in. Seat
Joel
3
Flipping.
calls.
Abe, no, that
Joel.
is
She had
her notes on it.
Heidi should have that.
That was way too early.
The binder, Heidi has it, I think.
Supposed
Are you
to
here
get
to
those cents
commentate?
at the end. Saying it-
Joel?
They're worthless at the beginning.
Did you know you were tagged on the Facebook? I know you're not a big social media guy. Tyler cropped out that one hand yesterday,
With 4 dues, yeah.
and yeah, with the 4 deuce, and he tagged me in it. He tagged you in it. He it was a very complimentary piece. I don't know if you got to watch it.
Yes.
It was a really good one.
8 folds,
Yeah.
What's
one
been going on
Made a
today,
nice
Joe?
play.
He made, and that was the play he had to make. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
He didn't want no one to see his hand.
Only way I was
that was
What you been up to?
not gonna just see the flop on that.
Yeah.
Can't.
Payback, huh?
Plan firing the Flight C? Play that turbo. We've been trying to drum up some business for it.
yeah.
See how it pans
7
out.
o'clock, $100 buy-in, 2 reentries allowed.
You know what I mean?
What'd they say about me?
And there's enough people
How many did they have
spending the
buy-in
night.
today?
We had 60 today, 90 yesterday. We're at 150 total so far.
Where were you when I made a terrible prop bet on the over under? If you knew it was 60, I could have done far better than I
I
did.
said they'll do 60 and 60 probably since, the 2 fights.
Mike with the king up against Cody with the ace 10.
Seat 9 bets 65.
Steve, 65. What are the blinds? 1, 2.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Sorry.
The king jack's gonna come along, suited.
Nope, nope,
Yeah,
nope.
Ricky's been playing some hands. He's been
I
picking
am
up big
just
hands,
talking
but he's
about
gonna
myself.
make a choice here to see
That's
what
what it sounded like. I was like,
Mikey's up to.
What flavor hand, ma'am?
Right.
I
Seat
like
1
the
calls.
8-9 right
she's got a
now
Three
from
read.
folds.
Steve.
She's got a read on Mike.
He's not gonna play it, but I would.
Everybody does.
No, it's actually got easier hand to play than King Jack. 'Cause,
Yeah, yeah.
You know what happens if you hit your Jack, your
Seat
King.
5
Oh, he is gonna play it.
He was
Okay.
there.
Okay. We'll just see the flop. See what happens.
He's on the button. Robert's.
I can't believe it. Schultz. He's like, he'll get all these calls.
There's
Yeah.
not,
Raises
you know,
6.5.
He and
there's
yeah.
there's not
Ace
a-
10's gonna stay with him, right?
I don't,
He's got the discount. He's in the big blind. It's only 4,500 to call. There's 24 in the pot.
yeah.
8 calls.
If I'm last in, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not finding the call with the King Jack or the 9-8. Not against Mike. Mike's befuddled. He's like, "Do you guys know who I am?" Like,
Now, if they don't know who he is, he's got he's been raising, 36 aggression frequency.
yeah. But Cadillac's played a lot of poker with Mike.
Okay.
They're both
2
from
of
up
hearts,
here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Queen
but
of
he's
hearts,
just trying to catch
10
a
of
hand
diamonds.
against them.
Yeah.
That's all poker is,
Just getting lucky.
Look at Mike. Where's the action here?
Get
Mike
there.
opened it up for
We could see
6-5.
It might
Already
have back
blocked.
out. It might have already.
6.5, 2 calls.
She's reading it off. We've got Heidi in the box now and John running the action tracker. So it'll take an extra second.
The other two
Heidi
are
is
okay, that's
faster
fine.
on the computer than
Hit the forward
anybody
button.
else.
Now your flop should
A lot
come
of
up.
screen time. She's at some.
Down Queen of hearts.
Oh, Steve, that's why I like the 8-9
Hearts,
hearts.
And open-ended, and then there's a flush draw, and then
Cody's
of
got
course Mike's
middle
still
pair
sitting there
with
with
top kicker.
humbly with the best hand.
Opening straight draw. Wow, what a action flop.
Rick's pretty deep. I'm pretty sure he'll call.
Yep, open-ended, flush draw, overcards,
Mike does make a
middle
pretty
pair,
big bet though. What's he go? 13, 14K.
13.
Well, it was a 28K pot, so
I'm-
half pot.
I'm open-ended I call that.
Steve
Yep.
one calls.
He bets half pot. He doesn't really want to see
Yeah.
another heart peel off or
Oh, he'll
or
if I
straight
know.
card.
Steve's calling.
Yeah,
Steve
he'll
Aston
call.
now, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
One more card anyway.
Seat 5.
Yeah, you got the price,
calls.
right?
This is where you can lose a lot of chips. if
I
you don't
think
hit.
Cody can get away from it now. He's got no draw. All he has is middle pair with 3 guys in it.
What
Seat
happens if
folds.
it comes like that?
Last invite
Jack?
to the speech table for me.
King
You get ace of
King
hearts.
of Hearts.
You know?
King of Hearts.
King
would
of
be
Hearts would be just weird.
Yeah.
Just dirty.
Oh,
Mike
Alright.
makes a set and he just
Now-
Mike should bet pretty heavy.
He's got to bet big. 68 in the pot.
Yeah.
20K.
They only got they
There-
got called
there
there.
we go.
25.
Good job.
25 into a
like that.
68. That's a good bet.
Yeah,
They can't
that's
call, I
yeah.
don't think.
That's super tough now.
Caddy's
Whatever
got
Rick got.
Ricky's got, you know, he's still got almost 90K and
Yeah.
they're asking for a little less than a third of his stack
Yeah,
to
but
see
it's
if
so hard to call for that one card, you know.
Yep.
you don't always have an open-ended straight draw. Those are so
Right.
Too
written.
bad it was an open-ended straight flush.
Straight,
Right.
yeah, King Jack of Hearts.
Pretty sure you're calling.
Yeah, King Jack of Hearts. Someone needs some more chips in there. But if Cadillac folds, then that makes Steve's decision, right?
Yeah.
I
I think.
never know.
I,
He's only got 60 left, 50 something.
60,
60
66-1.
I doubt he'll call.
you know what? He's got,
25.
he's got more outs. He's got a 7 out too. A
If
7
you're-
or a jack. He's double gut with a flush draw.
If you're calling, you should be shoving, right?
Yeah. Well, and
He's
just,
got double gut with a.
Yeah, so he does
flush
have to
draw.
get it in. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
I'm-
that the straight outs were there.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Seat
in.
5
he calls.
calls.
He just calls, huh?
Yeah. He misses
Look
it.
at
The ace.
he would
The ace gets there.
Seat
The ace,
Oh,
got,
King
the ace
Jack
has
came
the
home.
nuts
King Jack
Cadillac's
Yeah,
kicking himself.
Seat
for the
5
nuts.
Yeah.
Good bet, Mike.
God, he spent a lot of chips on that.
Mike just checked the river, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike made some chips there, 118K.
Wow.
Question is,
Nice.
so
He's up 73
what
in
happens?
that hand.
What happens if Mike checks that river and Steve decides
Rips it.
he's going to represent that
yeah.
ace?
Yeah. Or the ace, the king jack. I mean,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
That's such a bad spot.
Because
for
you know
Mike.
he's checking. He just wants to flip his cards face up. You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of chips on them draws all the time.
Yeah, that's if you rip it in there against.
He's calling with the kings, that's for sure.
You
You
think
think?
so with the ace on the river?
No, I mean, yeah. I was talking about on the turn.
On
if
the
he
turn.
rips it in,
Yeah, on
with
the turn,
nine.
yeah.
Then you get
When the ace comes on the river, when Mike checks, you rip it in. You know, all in.
what if Steve gets frisky on the
Well,
river?
I mean, because even if you don't think he has an ace, what's he calling for? Did he
He's
flop
got
a
40
set?
left, you know, he should have.
Yeah, that was the play.
I wouldn't have hated the
That would
play.
have been a good play.
And Mike folds it. I don't think
If it
Mike-
works, I'll crop it. I'll send it to him. He can write a Facebook post about it.
I bet you any money.
Like the
Mike-
guy
I
yesterday.
bet you any money Mike folds.
Yeah.
For 40K.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's already nervous. What are these guys calling me for? And now the ace hits. He's like, okay, I give up.
Oh, he led
No
flop,
mas,
made
no
a big
mas.
bet on the turn.
He played it great.
He
I
got,
mean,
but he faced
Straight draw,
resistance all the
ace
way,
gets
right?
there,
And
you
then
know,
all of a
everything
sudden,
gets there.
yep.
all the drawing hands that could be out there just smashed that river.
If you think that he's only got a queen, you should have
8 folds.
Yeah,
made that play.
yeah,
If you got a rebuy left,
9
you know what I
calls.
mean.
yep.
Right. If you could fire again
Next
tonight.
play. Yep.
Yeah. Shout out.
Look how upset Rick is. He's just like,
9 check.
he's still going, God, all I
That's
had to
one
do is
call I
call
should have made.
25K.
You know, it would
Yeah.
have been
7
huge.
bets 51. 9 folds.
Yeah, he doesn't fold a ton of winners.
Robert flops the open ender.
Still ahead.
Yeah, he's still pain.
Mike's super lucky that he did.
He can't believe he didn't call. He's so mad.
Yeah, Mike's lucky he did size his bet up.
Yeah, that was good. Good bet.
If he doesn't, then Ricky does get
I
knocked
played
off.
that perfectly.
And they're sad. That boosts Mike. That takes Mike up to
198K.
198,000. That is a nice stack.
That's a nice stack. He let's look at the accumulative. He's up 87K since sitting down a half hour ago.
20K against aces.
Everybody else is down or Bob's up a little bit. Bob's up 20K. But Mike's taking all the chips off the
3
table.
folds.
Yeah, Mike is just
5 folds.
accumulating. I said one of the dealers has to get hot.
Let's go.
Guess
found
we found
it.
our horse.
We found it.
Bet she doesn't play 5 deuce though.
8 raises to 5,000.
I don't know if he's played 5 deuce his entire career.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Mike's got more discipline than that.
Actually, probably wouldn't.
1 folds.
Must be something with the name Mike Columbus, Mike Schultz. They're all pretty tight.
Yeah.
But good. You know?
Yep. Solid.
Yeah.
All solid.
Just tease. You guys tease me. I tease back.
So how much time do we have left before they bag up? Just trying to figure out who's gonna need to make some moves here.
Let's
who's
look at
gonna
that
be,
really quickly.
Who's gonna be motivated?
40 minutes down
40
here.
minutes left.
Next break's in 40 minutes, so you got
And
the
then-
rest of this level and then the next level.
Who's gonna pop up the big
If
blinds?
anybody's got ESPN Plus, you can. Well, no, it's a pay-per-view then.
20 bigs
Okay.
for Steve.
There's no one pressing too
21.
hard yet. I mean,
And what's neat is day 2, they roll the blinds back.
the levels.
Junior! They put me on the
so,
table, and all they've
You know,
done
if you
since they
bag
put me on the feature
15
table,
big blinds, you come back tomorrow and you got 20 big
rip on
blinds.
me and
It makes
tell
a
me how
difference.
bad I
You
am.
know, I don't know if the math is accurate, but
Yeah, but
something
right
like
there.
that.
Right in there.
They're like,
Yeah, it does make a difference because
Still lose 5K around. When you're sitting there playing, it's a whole different story.
Right.
When you say you got 30K, you lose a 5K round, you can't get it.
Yeah.
7
You're like,
bits,
oh, now I'm down
60.
15.
Yeah.
Now what?
well, and depending on how your day or night's going, sometimes you have a different perception of the speed you need to play at than if your game was going differently. You know, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I feel like I'm short stacked, and you look around, you're like, well, actually, I'm above average, but yeah, I
Right.
still only have X number of bigs.
Yes.
All right, we don't know what Steve has.
Steve's had a bad run at this at this feature.
5
too.
calls.
He's down 20K.
Okay.
Well, he could have been doing pretty good if he wouldn't play that 9-8.
That's true. had to check it out.
He was doing all right.
He had 80K down to 79.
Right, ace queen. I want Robert to be more aggressive.
Rob's only down. Oh, he's only down 15K. Okay. I thought
5
maybe he was,
checks.
Well, he went way up, and then he lost those big ones where he gave it away.
that's
One's
called
Robert.
That's
Robert's
called,
in the 7 seat there.
Yeah.
This is Steve. He's checking it over to Robert. Robert's going to finally
7
lead at it.
bets, 52.
But he made some bad folds where he just
Why would you bet on the river? Why not make one bet like
On the turn.
flop or turn?
Well,
Yeah.
he's up stuck.
Maybe the guy's got a draw.
Right? He was up and now he's
he
stuck.
folded queens
Huh?
to
I
Cody's
wasn't
ace
gonna fold
queen,
there if you shipped it.
and then he folded jack
Stand.
to Mike
You might
next
be
hand.
tricky with some big
Without checking without even seeing the flop.
No, he
No,
saw
no,
the
no.
flop.
He saw the flop. And there's like one overcard, and they kept. He just flatted pre-flop, and then he check called, and then he check folded, and showed a face up. And Cody's like, "Wow,
Yeah,
you
both
know,
times. Yeah.
screw. I got away with one there."
10 or something.
No, he had ace queen.
Oh,
He had
did he?
ace
Oh,
queen.
yeah, ace queen.
On a king high flop though.
Oh,
so.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so what's your thoughts on that? I think we talked about it a little bit, that not putting a 3-bet in with those queens, I prefer that line a lot
Oh,
more.
definitely. You should have pre-flop.
You know,
That's
you
a
got-
little bit of a.
Yeah,
You know,
he was big
if
blind.
You raise, you should put a
Well,
little more pressure on.
Cody raises under the gun, folds around to Robert in the big blind, who
Yeah.
just flats with queens. Flop comes out king, nothing, nothing. Check. Cody continues. He calls. Turn
Feels
comes
one.
out. Check. Cody continues, and he folds queens face
So
up.
if he would have put in that bet
Yeah.
pre-flop,
That was my.
Take the
Co-
lead.
Cody would have thought he had an ace king. You know.
Yeah, Cody doesn't try to represent that
Cody
king now
doesn't
because,
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the very next hand,
One
Mike gets into it with him when he's got jacks, and Mike had ace jack,
It was something like that, where he had him totally dominated again.
something in there,
And a king came out again, and he
Mike-
folded again. He's
Mike
just
raises
afraid of the
and,
king.
and Rob just
Both times.
smooth there. Now he does that, and all of a sudden he flops a set, and the other guy picks something. He looks like a genius, right? I mean, there's two edges to that.
Yeah.
But I
How many
mean,
times you flop a set a night?
0 so far.
I didn't flop one last night.
It's hard to
Not
flop a
one
set.
It's
I
hard
didn't
to-
get one. set.
Mikey
Nothing.
picks up the king on the river, but it's like third pair. It's just gonna check around.
Yeah,
kings and queens with the.
You know, he still loses to the ace and the queen.
yeah. It seems insignificant, but I mean, Mike picked up 10,000 in chips right there. He just increased his stack 5% just by picking up that 10,000.
Was I?
Picked up an extra 5 bigs.
Oh, damn time.
Now his win rate is triple digits,
Yeah,
100K.
third time to play tonight on live. That's my second bullet.
Save some.
Mike's telling him we'll be out of here in time to play the 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, Mike's giving out tips now.
Cody's not having as much fun sitting over there with 45K.
No, Cody hasn't.
With Mike on his direct left.
It's so hard when you don't get any cards and you get some. And
Yeah, Cody hasn't gone anywhere fast. Just threes are looking.
Now,
good.
Yeah,
give
I was
Cody
gonna
some
say,
chips and
that's
he's gonna play
premium
steady.
now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Under the gun with threes.
It's been tough enough that threes are looking awful pretty right now.
Makes it 5K.
He says, please give me a 3.
Yeah. He's super happy with threes until he gets a caller.
It depends on how much you raise. You might not get a caller at all.
He went 5K, 2.5X.
Yeah.
Well, we know that Bob's could put 9-8 on him. You know.
Seat
Suited.
3 calls. Seat
Well, now
5
that he
full.
gets in, does Robert
I would like
have
to
to?
see Rob get in there with the queen.
I definitely
nine,
call with
Yeah,
Queen
so at
9
this
here.
point,
You've
right?
got the discount.
Fold it to you. I just lay it down,
Yeah,
but
it's only 3K to
He
call.
Yes, he does.
I just have to hit huge on the flop.
Cody's like, God, give me a 3.
He wants to hit a 9 and get into it with Bob.
Oh, that would be good.
There it is. Flush draw, straight draw. Robert's got all of that.
And Bob picks up the pair.
8
Bob
checks.
will lay down that easy.
3 checks.
Yeah, it's bottom pair against the guy who raised pre-flop. It's oh, now he's got
no.
trips. That changed everything.
Let's see the flush
7
come now.
bets 10,000.
But I can guarantee Bob's gonna raise him.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Bob slow plays this very
He
often.
doesn't. He probably
Bob
goes all
trips.
in. Watch.
Yeah. Which I don't.
36K,
I've seen him do it.
10K. I don't hate it. I mean, it's a 3X
28.
raise.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's what about a pot size
Yeah,
jam?
just about.
All in.
8
Yeah.
folds.
Yep, all in, snapped all in.
Look at no.
Yeah, I said he'll go all in.
Robert's
for sure.
Robert body language immediately
Yeah,
was
he's
just
like,
like,
"Oh,
"Oh, you
God."
kidding me?
Yeah, I
I
don't
ran
know.
2 big pairs and didn't pick
Queen
up a
9,
pot."
he's got a gut shot, plus he's got flop.
I'm not sure what's going
How
on.
many chips
Heidi's
has he
trying to
got?
do
Heidi's trying to
something.
count down that stack,
Okay,
I
the
think.
chips.
How many chips does he got?
36.3.
Yeah, 36,000.
Unofficial.
Oh, God. Did he put them all in then, or what?
No, Robert will still have, 50K.
Robert's got 7.
45.
Oh, gosh, he should just call since he put in, what did he put in, 10 or 7?
He put in 10.
Yeah, I mean,
26 to call.
26 more.
what the heck?
Yeah, and the pot is
Make it
64.
fun.
64.
Right?
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah,
no
it'll be a
gamble, right?
90K
Yeah,
pot.
no gamble, no future.
You gotta do it. You got 8 outs.
He-
He said I wouldn't go all in with the nuts.
Well, you know, you could take Bob for some reason got King 8 or something.
Paired board though, maybe. I mean, is it going through his head that
he might,
maybe
am I
maybe he
drawing
doesn't
dead?
have outs?
Does he have Jack 8 in this situation?
And he's the one that threw away the jacks and the queens, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't think he's calling for sure.
I mean, I'm getting
But I mean,
getting
scared of the
felt
full
for
house.
putting
Is-
my chips in there.
Is Bob?
I know you would, Eric.
Is Bob
Yes.
just stuffing it in there with a full house,
He
or is he
throws
just
his face
yeah?
up
He got
to
rid of
it.
it.
Bob,
Yeah,
He's
everyone-
gonna show I had
It's
3
a
8s.
it's a showy table. They just
Yeah, they are.
everyone wants to know.
Showtime.
Told you I wouldn't go all in with the nuts.
I guess it's no show. It's usually no show March, but on that table,
Yeah,
it's
they're
show
showing
March.
everything.
Show 'em all. All right, so Steve's down to 13 big, so he's kind of looking at that clock now. We're getting into that range where
Unless I keep playing.
do I want to bag up 13 bigs, or do I want to try to run that stack up?
She told me I had 8 9 diamonds. I
Same
would've
thing
called
with Cody's got to be getting in that range too, isn't he?
at 13 off.
He's got 40K. So more around the 20 big.
We got 40 minutes left. I mean, why couldn't you just get to 30,
Yeah.
27,000 and then play again tonight and then sell it? But
Yeah. So 27,000. What do we say? $4 per. So 25,000 gets you $100. So
Yeah, I
27,
mean,
yeah.
get something back
Yeah.
just for them little bit of chips.
Little rebate.
$108.
1 calls.
So
3 folds.
Or wait for a good hand. to come
Cadillac's turn with the threes.
Oh God! You should ask Cody how it worked out last time.
7 calls.
Cody, what do you do with these things? Cody just says, throw them in the muck. They're terrible.
Ooh, Jack 10 for Cody this time.
Huh. Cody up for 36,000 stack.
8 goes all in.
No.
Doesn't surprise me.
He'll
He'll
get it through.
he'll find a spot and he'll push.
Oh yeah. Threes
1
ain't.
folds.
Yep.
7 folds.
Yep.
picks up 4K.
Yeah, risk your stack though. It's
Yeah.
He says Cadillac, you got them threes, don't you?
you gotta.
I'm
I
gonna
passed
tell
him. I
him.
passed him down to you. He knows how bad those threes are, so that's why he puts so much pressure on him. Those threes are terrible. We're down 6 players here. Steve with the short stack and Mikey Schultz looking to navigate the next 40 minutes and put a nice bag of chips into Sunday.
You think you would put a little pressure on them guys with all them chips?
Yeah.
Keep them short.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the blinds are high enough now. I mean you got 200K, but you don't mind picking up an extra 5 pre-flop if you got the spots in some position. Bob looking to call. He put in a raise with the ace jack here. He's counting one out.
35.
Next hand blinds are up 12 and 24 with a $2,400 big blind
12
ante.
and 24.
12-24 with a $1,200 big blind ante. This is your last level of the night. We will bag at the end of this level.
They're gonna bag in a half hour.
When we get down to the last couple of minutes, we will be getting the. We'll ask that the chip leader at each table buys the blacks. We will be getting rid of the blacks before we bag you up.
Now we're at 12-24. Okay.
Nope, so this will be our last.
Are the players on break? No, I think.
Nope,
I think
nope.
they're
He's
into
just
the last
announcing
level.
it's the last level.
2,400.
Last level, they bag at the end of this. With about 10 minutes left, they'll start buying up the black chips. Yep, that has to manually be entered by Heidi, who's not there. So John doesn't know that.
John's just trying to keep up.
Yep.
John's doing
So,
a good job. It's just a lot of
Right.
lot
So
of
right
moving parts.
here, 12:24. Oh, watch. He just did it.
as
He
he
just
is.
fixed
There you
everything
go.
as we were talking about it. So good job,
John's
John.
on it. John's on it.
You could do it from here, though?
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when
5 fold.
John's trying to run it and it's one of his
Yeah,
first times.
and
You
he-
kind of
and
take a
he's-
little
he's
pressure
new,
off him,
yep.
but he still beat
Like
us
the
to
one
it.
time where he had to manually type in the cards, and he's like, I can't do anything because, and so I pulled it up and typed them in for him.
Yeah.
Then hit next hand, and I could imagine him going,
What the heck?
"What just happened?"
I just fixed it.
I don't know what happened, but it works now.
Yep.
Where I'm the man behind the curtain fixing
Yep.
it for him.
2 calls. Or 1 calls.
Cadillac.
He's been getting some rotten hands.
Yeah. Makes a call with 6 deuce out of the big. Okay.
Cody
Okay.
retains the lead,
Cody
extends
should
the
check
lead.
To him.
Give Cadillac a little rope.
Yeah, give him a little rope.
2 bets 45. 8
He's
bets.
not going to fold
45.
immediately. Cadillac got ideas.
Well, he made it. He raised
He's gonna
pre-flop.
call for a heart or
Yeah, I was
something.
gonna say he made it. He raised pre-flop, so this is just a continuation bet.
Cody
So
got better. You got a club draw.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It
So-
just keeps getting
yeah.
worse.
And Cadillac's in the
now,
lead.
now he's
Oh,
gonna lead
no.
out. Well, he floated to do this.
This
You
was
know,
the-
that
this
was
was
that
the
was the
plan.
game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
The
Cody
whole
just
time.
keep getting
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Now, how
Now-
about this?
Although Cody's like, wait a minute.
He could shove right now. He's got 30K.
Well, you would think so, yeah.
I would shove right now because he's in such a bad spot on the river. If a club doesn't come and Rick piles on him, does he fold his king?
I know Cody. He's good a shover. He's gonna do
He's
something.
I would
yeah.
shove right now.
We're on a 8
Top
second,
pair,
8
flush
second
draw.
countdown before you see all in.
Just
No,
calls.
just-
All right, so if it's a brick now, Rick bets
10.
20K.
I don't think
Puts them all in.
Rick can bet anymore.
Open ended gets home. Queen 10 gets home.
If he shoves right now, he's got to make it big. He's got to make it big. 20K.
This was Rick's
them all
plan.
in.
This was Rick's game plan the whole time.
Yes,
I mean,
it was,
yes.
yeah.
and he's
You gotta
actually
follow
running up
through with it.
running up against a bigger hand than on the
But-
turn, a bigger hand than
But the jack still beats Cody. Does Cody fold to an all-in bet?
well, the jack makes sense, right?
He's 20 minutes away from begging. Does he fold the king?
If Rick's telling that story,
I think
it
Rick's
makes
talking
sense, doesn't
himself
it?
out of it.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he
talking
gave up.
himself
White
out of
flag,
it.
white
He
flag.
did. I
You
would've-
got to check behind.
Yeah, you're fine here.
Check behind.
You're not getting any chips out of anyone with.
You're
with
not
the
getting
worse
paid
hands.
by a key. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be so
Yeah,
angry.
he's mad at himself. He's like, God,
mad at himself.
oh, I should have shoved. I played that so bad.
He doesn't want to show so bad.
Yeah, he
You see Cody's face as soon as when he checked, he knew that.
he's like, okay, I'm winning,
Yeah.
but just
He doesn't
in case,
want to bet in case he goes
just in
all in.
case.
Yeah.
What if he's trying to check raise me?
But you
and I
could
put
you
it-
could tell. I think Cody halfway believed that Cadillac had a jack there.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I so want to rewind and watch him shove
Yeah,
22K
change
on
it.
the river.
Big blind and ante, Bob.
back it up and just tell them they have to play it this way.
Yeah, let's see what you do. That's I just. What does Cody do? You're 20 minutes away from bagging.
And he's got what,
You
20K
just
left?
call off with, I have one pair.
Yeah, I don't know if you can, but
You know?
maybe.
I mean, Cadillacs.
I know he would call him on the turn though.
Right, on the
With
turn
one
for
draw.
sure. I'd race you into the pot with top
Yeah.
pair and a flush draw. But on the river, when you miss your draw, you're like, man, all I got
I
is
don't
a
know.
king.
Or ace king because he raised originally, or king
Or,
queen,
or turn to set, and now he's got a boat or something. I mean,
True.
with pocket fours or whatever it was.
And I mean, let's be honest, Cadillac had a game plan
Oh
there.
God, he did.
He
But
was,
backed
he was,
out
he
on
was going,
himself.
Yeah.
he was going down the road. It's a
And-
tough,
yeah.
it's a tough
It's
road to go down.
Following that,
You know, it's
that-
easy.
yeah.
It's easy because we can see him, but I felt like that was his plan. He just couldn't.
for sure. He's
just
not. He's
couldn't
not,
pull the trigger on the river.
Yeah.
No,
I
that
think
wasn't
he
a
was
value
afraid
call.
that,
He just-
Cody had a jack.
Yeah, he was trying to represent a hand that Cody already had.
Yeah. And then he kind of thought, oh my God, this
Well,
is a jack. You know?
So what's Cadillac doing now? 10-3.
He's at it again.
Is he get chips in? It just hasn't updated. No,
No,
he's
he-
getting
he
rid of
just-
it. Okay.
He was
He
in
was
the
a small blind.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh, that's what
okay.
it was.
He looked down like, oh god.
Robert's
Ah.
got the deadly twos.
Rob on Bob.
Yeah. He raised with him 2 to 5, 6.
So that's a spot. So what's
He's
you
never
guys'
really like 10-8 to play it.
Yeah, especially offsuit.
2 flush draws.
Yeah, I guess.
You can only make one though.
Two
You can't-
straight draws, you can get
I
5
mean, why you
through eight
fishing?
or
Why
10
you
through
fishing for
eight.
2 when you can only catch 1?
You can look at it that way too.
You've got a flush draw, or you got a straight draw with any card above 5. You know, it hits you. It's
Yeah,
just
definitely.
boom. Let's go.
You can get there.
And I mean that 10 is deadly. Got shot to any straight.
Yep.
49 too.
He gave it away.
So we saw how they're playing a small pocket pair
All
there.
right, they just broke a table. We're gonna get a couple new players in here.
What's you guys' feelings on those small pairs, like your deuces, your 3s, your 4s, your 5s?
If I'm first in, I don't mind raising with it. If somebody raises, I don't mind calling with it. Depending
Position
on chips.
dependent, also both,
sure,
right?
for sure.
Okay.
I think yeah, to a certain extent.
Does he usually want them at 10 or
Because
6?
if you get tripped,
There's a cord.
especially when you
There's a cord
throw them in
right
the muck and they hit.
And then they
every
hit.
time.
Then you
And
got
then-
quads.
yeah.
Oh.
No, I like playing them. I don't tend to play them for a raise most of the time.
I
Just kind of.
See you playing that way. I like that.
Yeah.
How do you?
Yeah, it'll get you.
I can't
It's-
play good
it's
cards
such
that
a
well. I don't
trappy
want to
game
get.
because most times, like let's say you've got aces and I've got 5s and it comes out like queen 7 5. I'm gonna get your whole stack.
You guys can raise with those types of hands because you get some credibility. I know if I'm making a raise with deuces, I'm seeing a flop. I'm not getting a lot of
Let me
those.
tell you what,
I'm not getting a lot of
every
those
time
spot
I
holes.
raise, I get 5 colors, no matter what.
Which is bizarre to me. I've seen it. It's like,
It's all the
Fuck
time.
invited that guy.
yeah,
sorry.
that doesn't check out in my head real well because I.
Well, whatever, but
I'm
I'm telling you,
yeah.
I get 4
No,
or 5 colors.
I know.
Every
Is this Tyler?
I don't know. It looks like a Tyler shirt. I haven't seen his face
Yeah,
yet.
it
but
looked like the haircut. Looked like Tyler's hair.
I mean, there's only a small percentage of the population that's going to stroll in here with that shirt on.
Super Mario.
James back too.
Yeah, James is back.
He's got some hair going this winter.
Looks like Adam. Adam show up with a big stack, or is that all the smaller ones? I don't know what he's got.
Adam's got 58K.
Okay.
He came back. He was at the table.
Before, right?
Which
Yeah.
Tyler are you talking
Tyler
Colness?
Colness, your boy.
about? Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
him.
In the
he
2C.
bagged
He's got-
last night, didn't he?
Nope.
He's probably going for that money.
Yeah, going for the second.
24K. That gives him what's the math on 24? 4 times 24.
100 and
96.
some dollars.
Are you gonna manage to bag for less than you did yesterday, Tom?
And James
Just
just
under
under
100.
right off the bat.
So welcome to the table, James.
Tried.
What's
Robert
James' last name?
Petrell.
Something that John couldn't spell.
Yeah. John.
No, we'll
Downs.
call him James P.
James B. James B.
Cody's got Queen Jack. He's definitely gonna play that.
Okay, so go
Unraised,
back.
unopened in front of him. Yeah.
Okay, move where the butt or where the big blind is at.
Okay.
Big blind
Mike.
is on.
Mike had so many victims they had to bring him fresh
Someone not.
meat.
Oh, you know what's going on right now?
I mean, the clock's running.
He has to watch this.
And unfortunately, no.
They brought him in
Oh.
here, and he has to move this around. So we have to move the big blind back And now hit go. I fixed it for you, buddy.
So five
We got you,
fold?
John.
Yep, 5 fold, 7 fold, 8 raised to 55.
He's like, wait, the blinds are in the wrong spot. What do I do?
He's just amazed. He's like, nothing can ever go wrong. It just, like, I feel like it's wrong, and then all of a sudden, poof.
I've got a magical genie.
Ta-da. And what happened was they brought in a new player. The blinds got messed up. He accidentally clicked on something and didn't know how to fix it. Heidi fixes it in that situation.
We bought my daughter an
I can't say enough good things about Heidi. Yeah, she just does such a phenomenal job in there.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, she did it at the double trade trade, didn't she?
Yep, in Fargo and
The
Thanksgiving.
retro one?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes with
Cody made it 5.5 and
James
James
calls
called.
with the ace king.
And then we were
Seat
so
four
excited when that
checks.
stupid thing.
Yeah, this is why I said I don't like calling with ace king, because when they follow up, you just fold.
I don't get
Because
enough good hands to not put it in the raise there with ace king.
Exactly what you
Cody checks behind.
That's all we
Like
had.
seriously.
When I do, I don't hit them anyway.
Well, there's the
Duck hunt was
downside, right?
super
4
fun,
bets
man.
15,000.
There you
I
bet.
can't believe that was
Yeah.
like
Yep.
35.
When it's checked back, I want to see what he does on the.
It was pretty
I mean, what do? You just fold queen jack here.
Yeah.
I mean,
15,
buy.
what,
There's
15K?
10 grand.
Now you
It's up
can
to
do
you.
stuff that's like
8 folds.
He
virtual reality.
if he
You can
continues
go on
on
a
the
full hunt and
flop,
feel like you're there, probably.
James calls with ace king floats one time.
Junior, did you play?
Then it goes check on the turn.
Did you cast
Plus
it?
he has a couple face
No, I
cards.
just missed,
Yeah.
must have just missed it.
When you call him on the river, you're like, yeah, you missed that. But I still got ace king.
I
I've got nut no pair.
Yeah.
Got
I
the-
hope we.
The nutted no pair. What do you want from me?
Super Mario in the
Or, you know, he
deuce.
could think you got ace queen, you raised,
Not
you
this.
know, and I call.
That's in your range.
You know,
You can represent that.
yeah.
Be out soon.
So I'm calling with my ace king anyway.
True. Robert, what you got there? He doesn't want to tell us.
That's all I got.
Secret.
So hopefully that's all we have left. We have 18 minutes.
Robert,
so
can you throw this back in quick?
A lot of rags besides Bob picking
You guys
up
wanna see
king
how
queen
tight I am?
offsuit
Okay.
on the butt.
7
Huge
folds,
fold
8
on the gun.
folds,
Huge
9 folds.
Bob
10
likes king
folds.
queen jack 10, king jack.
Yeah, I like it on the
1
button.
folds.
Yeah.
Definitely what.
To appears to be an
What's Tyler got?
likely to be
he
an
couldn't do
unopened
the
pot.
5 deuce. He did the 4 deuce last night.
Yeah, he did. Well,
Five deuce is too big of a spread.
Easy.
Well, these it's that was opponent dependent last night. He knew you were good enough to fold to him.
Yeah.
3 bets
Bob just put
5,000.
in the raise there.
5,000.
You know, I thought he might have missed the straight draw, but for 17 or whatever
Yeah,
he bet,
yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, he sniffed it out, but just couldn't
If I
commit.
make
Steve,
this
Like, what if
call,
I'm
he
wrong?
rolls over
Steve's
a king
thinking
on
about
me,
doing
you
something
know.
here because he's got a 21K stack and he just figured he just put a bunch of chips in with the big blind and the ante. So appears he
5 checks.
He outflops
Three
him.
They're
checks.
very loud.
I can hear
Check,
about
check.
them if I don't understand what they're saying.
Alright.
Oh, there you bet too.
It's like, well, it's one less ace someone can have.
Yeah,
There's two on the board. I
Can
mean,
you believe Mike's the chip leader on
No,
that
Bob
table?
says, God, get out of ace.
They've been saying that for a while.
Those guys must be
choosing
terrible.
out a little bit for having ace rag, right?
Well, I mean, when you bet, you know,
Also
somebody
true.
bets two aces out there, you're like, well, I don't have it.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Where's it at?
Yeah.
Not mine.
He's like, I could be drawing dead.
Yep.
Yeah, you could be slow playing an ace.
I'd be amazed if he calls, but I don't think he
How
will.
much left?
He's already doing
There's
this.
too much
Yeah.
squirming.
He's
and
doing the
la-di-da,
dancing.
yeah.
He's like, what do you got left?
I mean,
What'd you bet?
well, Steve bet 6.1 off a 13.4 stack, so
Yeah,
Wonder what
that's-
you have
you
left.
know,
It's
he's-
what I'm going to pay you if you do have the ace.
Yeah.
You know.
you know.
He's like, okay, 6. He put in a third of your stack. I guess I can't bluff you now.
I can't believe it. But
What's his game plan? Nut no pair?
Overs.
Well, I just
Hit a
don't think
river.
he-
He's got 2 overs, and the 6 is an over for him.
Maybe
He
he thinks his
doesn't
king
know.
queen's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you don't have an ace. You're not calling with a 4
I
or
dropped
6.
an F-bomb.
But he's
no.
la-di-da like this
Steve
with his
warned me.
hand.
Yeah, you
so
got
I don't
king
think he's
jack.
gonna.
Yeah, he doesn't look real comfortable.
Another one.
Wow.
He's got the calling chips in his hand, though.
That's
Because they're over the
significantly
line,
less
right?
than my
Is
normal.
Bob's got
Go,
long,
go, go,
long
find him and nudge him in the back.
Little check.
That's a call. That's a call.
Oh, ooh.
I mean, about every other word.
Oh, you called that, Bob?
I'll fold.
No, I tell people that is
He's
a
folding,
decoration on the
definitely.
table.
Yeah.
Took him a while to get to it, but
It's the right
it was
fold,
yeah, it
Bob.
was definitely
You
the right
knew the
fold.
right play, Bob. You just wanted to sink her through.
Sometimes on the feature table, with people that can see you and criticize you later, you want to act like, oh, I was thinking about it. You know, I was antagonizing, just in case you're wrong.
Yep. I can see that.
Like I was this close. You don't want to just snap fold. And
Oh, did you see him just rip fold, snap fold that hand? Blah blah blah. Yeah.
look how he bluffed you with Queen Jack. You had King Queen.
Super Mario picking up King Jack offsuit
Nine folds.
seems to be the leader.
I mean, I tried to bluff, but then somebody shoves on me.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on here?
I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Oh my
Goes
God!
all in.
I can never get away with it.
Just let me get one through one
Oh,
time.
that's right. You
Tyler
can't
just-
fold top pair.
Yeah. What do you think? What's you guys' thoughts on that play? Tyler just open rips his 24.4K stack with
King
King
Jack?
Jack offsuit.
I think it's pretty good.
Middle
That's what I
position.
would wait for too.
Oh, and hijack.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than the ace,
That?
any ace little kicker.
Yeah, you hate to. Yeah.
I would even take on ace 10 with king
Well, you
jack.
you need to be dominated with
Probably was
someone
two
else that
overs.
looks you up with an ace 8, ace 9,
How
ace
many
10,
times
ace
does
jack.
king, queen, and king jack come beat your ace 7, ace 9, ace 8, ace 10? How many times do you go out of a tournament
Yeah. So they
with
got
somebody calling
they
the
caught the
king
kicker.
jack or king, you know?
Yeah.
I would have tried if I had anything.
What are you doing at the pitcher?
See, Tyler's still got 30K, and now he's just
Not
looking
trying
at
to W up. I would've
every
preferred
1,000 I
to
pick up
but
is an extra $4. If I pick up 10K, that's $40.
Oh, because he did beg
At least
last
if I'd
night. Do we know the
lost,
number
it
last night?
would've been
He,
somewhere
yeah, I
like
can
the
look
rest
really
of the
quickly.
ones.
Jump on the old
Oh,
internet.
that's breeding.
The interwebs.
I'll warn myself
Pull
for
up
that
the
one.
old 701.
One
Leader
over.
at the table, Mikey
Orbit.
Schultz, picking up ace jack here. Rob. Rob.
There it is.
28
Nine
advance
raises to
with
62
Colness having
hundred.
53,000.
Okay, so that's his. So his cap is what?
Yeah.
112. 212.
$212.
Oh, with all them fancy moves, Christ, I should have figured them for 100 some.
Three folds. Four
So what do we get here?
folds,
Mikey put in the
five
range with
folds.
ace jack. Cadillac came along.
2 4s.
And then
Robert's got the
Rob's
8s.
got the 8, so I didn't raise with the queens and jacks, so he's probably just calling here too.
Did he just call?
Yep, just a call. Everybody trying to find a set, and Mikey trying to find something to work with his 2 overs.
Like he said, oh, they're at it again. Oh, right away to
There
jack.
you go, Mike. Easy game, right?
Bingo.
Easy game.
Add to my stack.
That's
Just keep
12,000.
flopping top pair. It's an easy game.
Well, you know, the 8s ain't, or the 4s and 8s, they're not
One
gonna call.
fold.
Cadillac. he's been-
Cadillac's lighting a cigarette at
he's
the
been
table.
beat up so bad.
See,
God, I don't.
Normally-
Did he go all in? No.
no. Normally he wouldn't. He'd just put this in the muck instantly, but he had to lay those 2 other pocket pairs down. I think that's in the back
Now
of
you're
his
looking
head.
at 2 overs.
Oh, I understand, but I think it's in his head. He's like, do I have to fold a pocket pair again? You know, look at him. You know, that's kind
He's
of
got
the,
enough chips where he can.
he's gonna do it. Yeah.
I mean, if he had 17, 20,000,
I think
he'd
that
probably
was-
go all in.
I think that was the extra 15 seconds. Was just like, really have to lay down another pocket pair?
Well, 18.
Did you call it like shift pre-flop?
No.
When you flop one of
Probably
those.
It's fun to say snowman, but other than that, it's, you know, a lot.
That pocket eight.
Tyler, 30K, 31 for Steve.
I mean, if he was going to do it, if he would have shoved him 8s pre-flop, then he would have got him through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You Mike would have folded,
Yep.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you're sitting there with what, 10 minutes or so left.
Look at Farhas playing.
Yeah. He's like, I got 10 minutes to bag and I need this cigarette. This is just painful.
Well, Sammy don't smoke, but he plays with a cigarette. Like
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Ooh, now he's got aces. Now you don't have to fold this
Think
top pair.
are we gonna get a raise out of him this time?
Yeah, but
And
there's
it's
nobody
the-
to
We ain't
play
get-
against him.
We gonna get a 3-bet?
Yeah.
There's some-
6s. Bob's
There's
got
some-
6s.
There's some 12 and
King
13
Jack
big
and the
blind
big blind,
stacks on this
yeah.
table.
I'd like to see Bob go all in with his sixes and get looked up by
Yeah.
Rama Jamma.
6 on the flop.
So here's your small pocket pair that I just asked you guys the same
Here's
question.
what's gonna happen.
I call
now.
him.
Bob's gonna get his 6s on there, He's gonna get in there, right, with them aces, they're just gonna call.
Yep.
And he's gonna hit six.
You said you would raise. You said you would raise.
I would
with the
raise
guy-
right now.
Right now, to sit.
But
Bob.
when Bob calls, I will, or raises, I would call. Right now, I would raise. I'd make it 6K.
What are you gonna do with the
Four
aces?
folds.
If
With
you
the
have
aces?
the aces against
Oh,
that 6K.
I raised him. Oh, he made it 5.8. Now he's gonna make it.
You know you're gonna get him to go away too.
He didn't 3-bet with queens or jacks.
Look
What's
at
the-
Kelly's got aces. If you were sitting at the table,
Yeah.
you say, "What do you got over there?" He wants to
Seven,
just get him in so
He's
bad right there.
excited. He's excited.
What did he do?
I think he just called.
He just flat.
Yeah, I said he's
I-
gonna just flat.
I can make. Oh, he threw it to 15, which is what I would have
Oh, he
said.
did.
Yeah. Folds
Finally,
around.
like to
we
see
finally
it.
found the pair he 3-bets
Yeah.
with. It's aces. There's the answer.
It is. Bob said, "Yeah, these sixes ain't gonna work for me."
10K to call.
Bob folds.
Oh, definitely folds.
Bob folds. He won't call in this spot.
I call.
You think he's gonna call?
I call.
Yeah.
For 10 to hit a six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm horrible.
Well, I mean, I don't call either, but it would have been nice to see the flop.
It's an easy hand to play, right? After if you're gonna
I
make
mean,
that
you
call.
only got
Yeah.
52K.
And then
you're
I
throwing
then
in
I
15.
then I shove the flop or fold. Yeah. He folds. I want to rabbit that and watch 2 6s come out on the flop.
Oh.
He
Oh,
showed
now
the
he's
aces.
showing them. Here, see that?
Oh, look at this! Look at this! I finally won it with a pair.
He's like, look at that, you guys.
That's how it's done.
You
he
beat
goes,
me up with queens and jacks, and now they gave me aces.
I would
and-
like to send seen about
I was like,
5,
"God, I hope
5,
he doesn't
then maybe
lose again."
12 at the most.
Yeah.
And
Something that
then
they can
then
call.
Bob might call for 6. You know.
Yeah.
You got one caller.
Super price them in.
My buddy Mike, he would say no. I shove with him.
Columbus with the aces.
Yeah.
He doesn't want no callers.
He's got
He's like, give me the blinds and
He has
hands.
Yeah, that's enough for
Give
me.
me all
he's
the
got a
dead
whole
money.
collection of skeletons in his closet. Like
Oh yeah.
he's got the whole series from 02 to 2021. Just
Oh, I played
any
that.
pot he doesn't lose, he's happy to pick up the
Oh, yeah.
pick up the chips.
And I don't blame him. I've seen him lose on ace king to pocket eights
I have.
more
I
than
would have seen
3
a flop
times.
a lot less.
You know.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't
One
think-
folds,
I don't-
two
And he flops
folds.
ace king.
Yeah,
Ace king 8.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah, many times. I'm like, oh my god, not again.
Not again.
3 folds,
Yeah.
4
For him,
folds,
that you
That's I had aces. Yeah.
5 folds.
Almost hang meat in here. It's so.
It's a little chilly.
So
I'm like,
cool.
that's why I keep running and getting coffee.
7
And then I got to keep running to get rid of coffee.
8
Oh,
folds.
geez.
Filtering it through
Nine
myself.
Cycle. Adam Lasky.
10 checks.
Adam did pretty good there at the WPT.
Yeah, the windbreak. He final tabled that, getting.
You know what's funny?
6th.
9 checks.
Adam, when he was here before the break, before they moved, he was down to, I think, like
10 bids, 3,000.
15 or 17, and I said he's going to leave this table with 37, you know, and he actually left with like 27, you know, so it was close, and now he came back and he's got 60, so
Chip, steady Eddie.
yeah, he's very aggressive. We haven't seen it very much yet.
Just having the chips.
Yeah, he was really aggressive, and then he got in with 9s against who was it that had queens, and he gave away half his stack, and
That'll slow you down.
yeah, and then he was just kind of handcuffed. It was one of my guys. I just can't remember his name now.
2 folds.
Not his name. I just can't remember who it was, but it was one of my
Oh,
guys.
Bob's here with the ace 10, and then Cody with the 5s. Bob's down to, well, he's still got 52K and 62K, so he's still got some chips left. They're getting down to that.
Bob, we out a baby, yes, the boy.
We add a
He's
baby.
sending in 6,500
3
right now.
bets,
Or
66.
7.
4 and 5 fold.
Oh, Chris McGully.
7 fold.
That's who it was.
Chris who?
The guy who won the tournament a year ago at my house that you commentated on against Mike Columbus.
Oh, okay.
So he was sitting in the 9 seat and finally picked up queens against Adams, who was also in the 10 seat when he was here last time, coincidentally. 9s against queens, and the queens held.
So what's the play here with if your Cody's sitting on a
One
50K
call.
I
stack
love
with
Rick's
5s?
call there.
I call.
But I don't want to see the 10 come.
I call with fives.
Beat up enough.
Yeah, he's gonna.
414.
Wow.
I don't hate this one. Actually, I float any reasonable bet.
Checks.
I wonder if Bob will
It's
bet
just-
presenting or
Should.
representing the king.
Yeah, if I'm Cody, I bet now.
Well, now it's too late. Yeah.
There's too many chips in that
Cody's
spot.
got
I
it,
think
man.
I think Bob needs to put in a pretty
Eight,
healthy bet on that
7,000.
flop and pick that up.
I'm pretty
There's
sure
too many-
he'll
there's
take
too
it
many
down,
chips
there's
floating out.
Nobody can call him.
One full.
Let's get rid
Yeah.
of the diamonds.
Yeah, once
there it
you
is.
once you've checked,
Yeah.
you've made your
Yep.
decision, right?
Yep, I'm done. White
Yeah.
flag, giving
Checks.
up.
Not a lot
Hi,
of
Steve.
check calls in my future.
Yeah, well, I
after
mean,
that.
if Bob would have
What
bet,
is
he
that?
probably would have took it down.
That's why I said I think that was
All right, we bag in 5 minutes. That's like 3 hands to go.
You call it in the poker.
3 hands, 5 minutes. Who is any life support victims? Tyler with 30K, but
And
that's
money.
worth money.
That's straight money. That's
So
$120
different.
in his pocket.
Steve Zima, does he have a stack?
I
there?
do not know the answer to that. Let me check really quickly.
Steve Zima and Ricky
Yeah,
Cadillac.
last
I
if
don't
I
think
can
Ricky
bring
bagged
it.
last night, did he?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, it's gonna take you half an hour to.
So yeah,
Matter of fact, I don't think
yeah, I don't remember.
Right, I
seeing
know.
Yeah, you
So who are we looking for?
That's what you get
Steve.
from the chip leader.
I did
I
not
wouldn't
have a
be chip leader,
Steve
but I don't
in the
want to do
bags.
that.
Who else did we talking about?
Cadillac.
Ricky Cadillac.
I don't see that name in the bags.
I know Adam did not play last night.
No.
Don't see Adam. I just see
He's
Tyler
got nothing to
Coleman.
bag and play again.
Yeah, yeah.
What do we got?
I was gonna say with the he has the added trip to Fargo and back, but even with that considered, I think 60K is still worth conserving and not.
Is that Steve?
Bob's-
Yeah.
60.
James, I don't see it. Oh, James Meager. That's a different
No.
James. That's
James
James.
Petrella is
Seven
this one. He got
fold.
knocked out last night.
Okay.
9
They
fold.
told me.
He was at the feature table when he got knocked out, actually.
So Tyler didn't bag last night, did he?
Yeah,
Tyler-
we
yeah,
talked
yeah,
about
Tyler
that.
at 53K.
1 fold.
Yeah, so this is just all found money for him.
Yeah, I know he'll play that 10.
No, he doesn't
Big,
have to.
you know.
When he's getting
You know, Steve picks up 6K, which doesn't seem like much, but to his stack,
Majority
it's
of them,
meaningful.
Mike, starting. Anyways.
There you go. Tyler 25-6. Yeah, so Steve just chipped up to 38. So your Mike Schultz, you turning up the aggression a little bit, put some pressure on some of
Yes.
these stacks that are looking
Yeah,
to put up the bag,
definitely.
right? I mean, you're not.
you want to target the middle stacks. The short stacks are going to pile
the
it
short
in.
stacks are going to get in with you.
But you want to target those middle stacks that are trying to bag something
Yep.
decent.
Your 50s, 60s, 70s,
Yep.
80s.
Bob,
He
he loves
raises
king,
to
queen, and king.
four
Like I said,
raises
he'll play
7,000.
this.
Yeah, and you also target coldness if you know
If you know what's the
he's
second
putting
bag.
chips in the.
Yep.
His chips are worth money, so you're targeting him.
Information's power, right?
With the cash.
10 folds.
Well, something might happen here.
Yeah.
James went to
One
7K.
folds.
How much does Bob love King
Oh,
Queen?
he loves
Get-
king,
I mean,
trust me.
Does he love it enough just to grip him and rip him in there?
No, but he'll call.
41K.
But I don't think James would call at all in any way. You know, just sit right here. Because he got knocked out last time.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to bag now. You
Yeah.
need to come back tomorrow.
You're looking at the clock and it's, you know,
Oh,
Look at
this is a
that.
tough one. Bob hits the queen.
4 minutes.
Yeah, but you still, you know, you
That's
hit the queen, and you don't
15,000.
you don't call that bet.
No.
15K is a big bet.
Way too big. Why didn't you put in
Yeah.
like 7 again?
2.5
Yeah,
minutes
and
to
he
go.
folds face up.
Just a
That's-
reminder,
Like,
if
Yeah, he just.
I would have called.
people
he
shows
should
his
knows
ace.
eye
you
up
know.
people's
He's like, yeah, if you made it
laps,
reasonable, I would have played with you. You know, you can't just
so
fire the
one
pot
person
size
has
bet.
the majority of the chips we
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
color up.
Ricky's still
We'll speed it
back
up.
on the unlit
We're
cigarette.
gonna color up and round up.
Got 2
Winners
minutes to
500.
go.
We
Probably
have
2
2
more
minutes
hands.
to go. We start tomorrow at 1,000, 2,000, then go to 15.
1,000, 2,000.
Roll
so they're
back.
rolling them
Yep.
back.
Yep.
That's
2 levels, but then we
Better
don't
there.
do 1224 tomorrow.
Playing tonight from that turbo, you're dealing.
probably dealing, I think.
Should be noon.
I think that probably, I don't know, see what the field looks like if there's, thinking they might need
See,
some
5
dealers.
folds.
99.
7 folds.
This is
8 folds.
most likely.
9 folds.
Get our hustle on,
We
get
get
one more
a
hand in.
second to last hand. I mean, if they all fold around, we'll get another hand in.
Tyler gonna do something here with an ace on the short stack?
No,
He
he's
has
got.
to know that, he has to know
Well,
the
he's only
rules
got
too, right?
24-4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's money, right? So 96, right?
Yeah, if he calls off.
One
you never know.
raises to
You go
45.
Yep, he did. He
Two
did.
goes all in.
Yeah, he's not afraid. He don't give a crap about that $100.
Yeah, he doesn't need $88 that much.
No, he wants to play a little here.
What's the other stack? He had a 50K stack, so if he doubles up here.
Now he's at
If he
34K.
goes against his calls, he's got a pretty thin chance of doubling up. Cause I don't know.
Got the over. Over in a prayer, right?
James, he ain't calling for 20 something.
Off of
No,
36.
he wants to beg.
No, if they fold, he just picked up an extra $40.
From a game view standpoint, you have to fold there because now you can come back on Sunday. They roll the blinds back 2
Right,
levels.
right.
Your 36K stack is now 18 bigs instead of what you're rocking right now.
Get a caller.
He's thinking about it though.
I don't think so. I think it's going to go fold.
He just
fold.
wants it to be the last hand
You
of the
think
night. He
about-
wanted it to be the last
yeah,
hand of the night.
There ain't
Yeah,
no
because
way
he's small
calling.
blind next hand.
Oh, I think we found what's going on.
He's looking at the clock.
He's
Let's,
like, I
let's
don't
look
want-
at that clock.
I don't want it to. I don't want to deal one more.
Yeah.
hand, 'cause
Well, he
We
would
got
be the
21
button.
seconds. He's going to wait 21 seconds
Oh,
and
he's
then
small
fold.
blind.
Yeah,
You're
he'll,
right.
he'll be small blind
Yeah,
next
he's
time.
waiting for the clock to go on.
He's like, and okay, we're out. All right.
And he's sold 10-9,
All in a
of course,
ball?
and showing it face up. Look at this, you got me to fold this.
Oh my god.
Tyler's
He
gonna
called.
show March.
He called?
No way.
10-9
Even
call.
bought it in good.
I bet you Tyler can't.
Pretty good luck.
Oh.
And he out flops him.
Any
State or no?
Ace.
Oh,
Oh, spade? He's got a flush draw.
Fold it too.
No.
Misses it.
Oh, there went your $100.
Oh, man.
$88.
I could have got him to buy me a drink with that
Tyler
$96.
Cadillac's so happy he made 20-some thousand at the end.
Oh, nice. He just. That was fun.
He could take.
All right.
Well,
We'll
Caddy
be
could
back
take
for
the-
flight C
Caddy can
at
take the cigarettes,
about
light
8:15.
it off of,
He ended up with 70K then.
yeah.
Yes, nice, nice. That was fun.
That's a good little run up.
What do you got there? Nope, nope. Gotta leave him. Otherwise, you're gonna short yourself.
500.
Bring more chips. Hey, Steve.